I think we're on our side. I think. Hang on, how do I change this? This is my inability to use technology. No, the video's now gone. We might just have to do it in portrait mode, which is really not ideal. I'm not a fan of portrait mode. I hate technology. Why does it do this? We might just be in portrait mode. We'll have to settle with. You see, this now changes all of my lighting setup. Hello to everyone who's joining. I'm trying to figure out how to turn the stream not portrait mode, but I don't know if that's going to be a possibility. So we might just be doing a portrait mode live stream. Who doesn't want a portrait mode? This might flip the camera. No, hang on. Right. Yeah, no, that just flips the camera to you guys. Great. I don't know. Right, we'll just be portrait mode. You know what, guys? We'll be portrait mode. The problem with that is there's nowhere to place my phone now. So apologies that you're witnessing this all live on stream. I've tried turning my phone, guys. Don't you worry. I have tried. It will not work. Can I get it to balance? There we go. That's balanced enough. That will do. Oh, hello everyone. Let me just quickly catch up with the chat. Sorry about the false start. We're here now. Hello Connor. Hello Peter Z. Hello Luxray Lauren. Hello Fee. F1 Faux Fum. Hello Manchester Aviation and Rail. Hello Sam Lawton. Hello the channel where stuff happens. Hello the Boxed Cat. Hello Dr. Master. Hello Docky Doctor Who. Hello Dazzle Tag. Hello Alex Miller. Hello Abby Bangle. Hello George Bruce. Hello everyone. Welcome all. So this live stream, I'm going to be reacting to your theories, any stuff you have. I was going to make more theory videos on the finale, but I mean, it's in borderline like a day's time. I suppose it doesn't drop on iPlayer at 8 AM this time, so we've got slightly longer till the finale, but like, yeah, it's only a matter of days. There's probably not much point in making a theory video on it past this point. So yeah, let me know your theories in the live chat. What theories do you guys have? Theories and hopes for the upcoming finale. Docky Doctor Who says enjoyed today's video. Thank you very much. I'm glad you enjoyed. Connor says Missy will be in the land between the war and the sea, I think, / just hope. Yeah, I think it's a possibility. Weren't there were rumours going around a while back about the Master appearing in the war between the land and the sea and being played by Russell Tovey, but I don't think that's true. Missy though, I mean Michelle Gomez was at the premiere, so who knows? Please don't be Billy. Yeah, this is in reference to the spoilers, possible spoilers. I mean, I don't think it's spoilers because I don't think it's happening, but all the talk about Billy Piper being the 16th Doctor. I mean, the odds of it are just, what are people thinking on that? How many people believe it? Because I find it highly doubtful that is even a possibility. It's not impossible, bear in mind. It's not impossible, it's just extremely unlikely in my humble opinion. Omega will be defeated by the power of Dugadoo. Yeah, you know what? I agree 100%. 100%. Yeah, people don't seem too happy with it. Makes no sense, says the Doctor 3321. If Billy becomes 16, I will genuinely quit, says the Boxed Cat. Doctor Who is about change. Yeah, I do think it would be, the only way I think it would potentially work is if the BBC knew they were going to shelve Doctor Who. Like if they had decided that, if they knew that was where they were headed, so they were like, oh, we'll end with a bit of symmetry. Rose kicked off the new era. Rose brings about the end. I don't know. I'm not a big fan. Yeah, people are saying they give it a 1% chance. It's laughable. It would be a terrible decision, which is why I believe Russell will do it, says Matt. It's so funny how we're just watching the fandom change while I've been doing this YouTube channel. Like, it started with, when I started properly making these videos, right, it was that mid-Chibnall era. and everybody hated Chibnall. Everyone was so harsh on the Whittaker era, all of the Chibnall era stuff. Then Russell announces he's coming back, and everyone's like, oh my god, Russell, he's going to save the show. It's the best ever. Russell knows what he's doing. And now here we are after one disappointing finale last year, and I suppose a disappointing opener as well, and everybody hates Russell again. I think it's the curse of the Doctor Who showrunner. Everybody hated Moffat at the end. They get heralded as the saviour until they actually write something, and then everybody hates them. It's quite funny. I say funny, it's sad really, but gotta love the showrunner cycle, exactly. If they were to bring back a previous Doctor like they did with David Tennant, Zero, I would love to see them bring back Paul McGann. Yeah, I mean, Paul McGann would be the one that kind of makes more sense to bring back. Like, he never got his big tenure as the Doctor. It's literally just the TV movie plus like a 8-minute thing. Charity special. It's not really a charity special, although it was for children in need. I don't know what you'd class it as. Minisode. That's what they ran with, Minisode. I've rewatched Empire of Death several times and I think it's really good, says Renault. You know what? I rewatched literally this morning The Legend of Ruby Sunday. I didn't want to ruin the experience, so I stopped watching there. But it's actually quite good. Like, I remember enjoying it on first watch, but I'd forgotten it's genuinely, like, very good. Maybe it's good. It's a solid episode, is what I'll say. Maybe I'll rewatch Empire of Death later this evening and I can get back to you guys on my reflections on that episode. I just remember the cinema experience and the sort of collective disappointment of a lot of people, which I don't know. I want a Blu-ray box set behind the scenes on what happened, because there's no way that was as planned, in my opinion. Maybe it was. Maybe it was, but I don't think so. Sam Lawton says, Saturday's finale is better. All I can say, you're all in for a treat. Maybe Sam Lawton, have you seen the finale? Are you in the know? Are you like, I don't know, are you Omega? Is that what's going on here? But hopefully it is better. We have a super chat from Doctor Who Mania. Thank you very much, Doctor Who Mania. As always, I haven't even given my usual speech on this stream. If you super chat, I'll 100% read your comment out because it flashes up on my screen. If I will respond to normal chats though, so please feel free to like re-comment, and yeah, I'll see. Doctor Who Mania says, Ncuti needs to stay on for at least another 2 seasons as his Doctor feels unfinished. He's grown into the role in the same way Smith did for Series 7. 100%, Doctor Who Mania, 100%. Like, Ncuti has really, like I said it in one of my videos the other day, if he continued on this trajectory, which I hope there are more seasons, more opportunities to see Ncuti, he is really good. So I do hope that he stays on. Like, come on. I mean, it's not confirmed, but I feel like we could only hope. We could only hope. Sam Lawton plays Winnie. That's mad. That's great. Mad. Well, you did a fantastic job in the episode. I can't wait to see more of you in the finale then. That's mad. Yeah, no, that's sick. That's sick. You were very good in the episode. It was a good episode. Good fun. The character's Winnie Petheridge, right? That's the name of the character, I think. But no, excited to see more. Love your reviews. Thank you very much. Thank you. Docky Doctor Who says, Joe is playing the 16th. Yeah. You heard it here first, folks. I am actually the 16th Doctor. I'm afraid not. I don't think I'm qualified to play the Doctor, to be honest. A level in drama doesn't. I don't think that's quite the threshold for Doctor Who actors. Is Tharies the 16th Doctor? Says the Typhonian Beast. You know what? Maybe he is. I mean, I think if Tharies was the 16th Doctor, I reckon we'd know, because that man could not keep a secret with his appearance in last week's episode, which was quite funny. But no. I honestly wonder how Omega will play a part in the finale. I know I'm really intrigued on that as well. Omega is he's just I mean you've all I'll spare you my thoughts on Omega. I think we all know, but I'm very excited to see him on screen. Hopefully, we might not. Like that's the thing. I'm going into this with reasonable expectations. I know there's those supposed leaked images, but they're just not real, are they? Like if we're being realistic, I mean, people in the chat, Dr. Phil C says, can't wait for CGI Cat Omega. I can't wait until we're out of the era where we're all terrified that Omega will be a CGI cat. It could happen. It could happen. It's scary. It's real. Dr. Master says your mum is the 16th Doctor. Larry the Cat is the 16th Doctor. Shout out to Larry the Cat. I can't wait for Omega to be a fish, says Jordan. Maybe. You know what? Why not? I mean, what animal would Omega be if he could pick one? I'm trying to think. What's like an in-character animal that he would be? Dugadoo should be a full-time companion. A shark, yeah, maybe a shark, maybe. I don't know. A squirrel. There we go. DW 2012. Luke, you've got it. A squirrel. Omega the squirrel. That's what we need. You know what? I hope that happens in the finale. Oh, we can only hope. We can only hope. A fish perhaps. Maybe bringing the fugitive Doctor back as the next Doctor. Yeah, I would be down to see more of Jo Martin. I mean, they did that cryptic little line in the story in the engine, didn't they? With the like, ooh, maybe my story will be finished one day. I don't think there's any immediate plans though. And I was kind of expecting her to be in the finale, but I think with the amount that's going on in the finale, there's no way. Do you know what I mean? It would be cool, it would be nice, but another Dog of Death, perhaps, maybe. Jockey Who says, Discord didn't alert, so I posted the live link and making sure people are behaving. Fantastic. Larry Spoon says, do you think Belinda will die in the finale? No. This is the thing, right, with this finale. There are apparently they've apparently got multiple endings. They'll have definitely decided on one now, since it's airing in 2 days' time. But we know they did reshoots in, I think, around February. So, yeah, there's 2 possible endings. I wouldn't be surprised if there was a companion death in one original ending, but if there's another ending where Ncuti is potentially leaving, I don't think they'd kill a companion and have a Doctor die as well. That'd be a little bit too depressing of a end to the Doctor, to have a companion die and then the Doctor die, and then the show possibly go on hiatus. It wouldn't be ideal, would it? It wouldn't be. We can only hope Mel would die. Why? I like Mel. Bring back Mel. Free Mel. Cybus Industries employee says Harriet Jones for the 16th Doctor. Yeah. You know what? It would be good. She canonically survived, didn't she? Russell said in a poem or something, she had like secret levers, and when the Daleks shoot her in the Stolen Earth, she like goes into a trapdoor or something. Oh no, Melanie, that's a shame. She was really nice. Peter Kay as the 16th Doctor. I don't think Peter Kay would go anywhere near Doctor Who again, I'm afraid. It's not impossible, but I think it's unlikely after his experience with the Absorbaloff. I think probably tastes like chicken. What would you think if Matthew Bainton played the Doctor? Let's give him a Google. I know the name, and everyone's going to get annoyed at me for not remembering. Is he the Horrible Histories guy? Hang on, Matthew Bainton. Am I thinking of the right guy? Yeah. He'd be good, I reckon. Yeah. I forgot he was in Gavin and Stacey. Yeah, he's in Wonka as well. He's good in that. Yeah. Don't know why that was so musical, but you know what? I'd be on board for that. I've always said Dev Patel. Dev Patel should be the Doctor. That'd just be great. Yeah, Sam Lawton says, I hope Ncuti for many more seasons. I agree, 100%. Ncuti's really good. Do you know what I mean? He deserves more time, so hopefully. Turner, who says Miriam Margolyes for the 16th, 100%. 100%. Jay from the In-Betweeners for the next Doctor. He's already had his time to shine in Doctor Who as that green-haired, weird character in Orphan 55, which, you know, really... That was an episode, wasn't it? Orphan 55. I don't actually hate it as much as most do, but it's certainly a bizarre one in Doctor Who history. But no, Miriam Margolyes as the Doctor. I think she's probably slightly too old now. Like, no offense, Miriam, but she would be so good. Like that, we need that vibe from the Doctor. Like, I want an old woman with big scientific goggles on and like making all the tech. Like, that'd just be, that needs to happen. We need a Doctor like that. John Sim would be a great Doctor if we do a returning face. Yeah, he'd be good, but I think that's also why he's good as the Master, because the Doctor and the Master are very similar characters. You just got to have like a little bit of evil to you, though. Yeah, she was great as the Meep. Diane Morgan for 16. You know what? I'd actually be here for that. If she did it, I'd like her to just present it like Kunk on Earth, like that as the Doctor would just be Philomena Kunk as the Doctor would be. It would be great, really, wouldn't it? We have a super chat here from Hooniverse Dubs. Thank you very much, Hooniverse Dubs, for the super chat. Hooniverse Dubs says, what if the Wish Baby, brackets God, took Conrad's body? Yeah, I think there's definitely going to be some form of like, everybody's been talking about like, who's going to take, is it Omega, is it the Master, who's going to inhabit Conrad's body? Because as I've said for ages, like, bro thinks he's on the team. You've got 2 Time Ladies, you've got the first Time Lord, you've got all of this wild stuff going on. And then you've got Conrad, who's like a podcast grifter guy. Like, I feel like they might step him up, but then he could have an interesting story about, like, I don't know, but I could see it. It would be cool as well to I mean, you could have the baby talk. Like, they do it in Space Babies. That Baby Des, that's what we'll call him. Shout out to Baby Des. Baby Des could just be a talking baby. That'd be quite funny. Doctor Who Mania has sent another super chat. Thank you very much, Doctor Who Mania. Doctor Who Mania says Saran Jones would be a fantastic choice. If you know, you know. Yeah, that's the actress who played Idris, right? Let me just Google that. I'm pretty sure it is. It is going to be. Yeah. Yeah, she'd be great. I can't lie. I would like a completely new face, to be honest. I mean, I know there's rumours saying, oh, it's going to be a returning face. If there is a 16th Doctor, it's someone we already know. I would quite like a completely new actor. But then, I mean, they already sort of started this, like, era. This was supposed to be the reboot, so I don't know if you'd do a reboot after 2 seasons. But then if Disney have dropped out, we'll have to wait and see. Sandra Oh as the Doctor, if she can do a good British accent. Let me Google who that is. Drum roll. Ooh, yeah, Killing Eve. That's not a bad shout. Yeah, you know what? Yeah, I like it. Fiona Shaw as the Doctor. Let's have another Google. I know all these names, but I can't... Fiona Shaw. Put names to faces. Oh, yeah, yeah. I feel like that's my reaction to everything at the moment. I'm just doing 3 years of varying pitches. Yeah. Olivia Colman. Yeah, she's been suggested for ages. She'd be very good as the Doctor, but I think she's probably a little bit too high profile now. Robin Powell says James Acaster would be a dream. No. I don't have beef with James Acaster, I promise, but no, I don't think he'd be a good Doctor, to be honest. Rowan Atkinson, yeah, but we've got the Rowan Atkinson Doctor in Curse of the Fatal Death. The Boxed Cat says
No Wi-Fi family from Resolution for the TARDIS team. They are the best characters in all of Doctor Who, really, aren't they? The what are we going to do? We'll have to have a conversation. It's, oh dear. Amy Lou Wood, that is the one from Sex Education, right? Let me just double check. Yes, yeah. I've only seen her in Sex Education, I think, but she was very good in that, very funny as well. And like the Doctor's got to be able to do comedy as well. So yeah, I'd say roll with it. Why not? Sydney Sweeney is the 16th female Doctor. I don't know. I've seen a bit of Euphoria. She doesn't give major Doctor energy, I can't lie. But who knows? I think that the good thing with the Doctor is that the casting can kind of be anyone. Is it confirmed that Ncuti is leaving? No, it is not. Do not fear. I mean, you might need to fear in a couple of days' time if the episode does end with Ncuti leaving, but it's not confirmed anywhere. I hope, and I think realistically we will probably get more Ncuti. I wouldn't be surprised, I said it in my video earlier today, if we get a bi-generation again. I mean, Russell has talked about the fact that this new episode is going to explore bi-generation and give us an explanation for bi-generation. So I could see another bi-generation happening if they want to have like Ncuti go off and have some sort of adventures briefly. No, if they want another Doctor to fill in while Ncuti's... I'm making a mess of this. While Ncuti is doing other work like a play, they could get another Doctor to go off and have adventures, and then they could join back or something cool like that. I could see them doing that. Yeah, Cyber Syndic's employee Belinda and Ncuti look like they're sharing the same outfit in the promo pics. Exactly. If you haven't seen my video for today, guys, go and check it out. Have they bi-generated? That's the current craziest theory we've got. Belinda, Doctor, bi-generation. You never know. You never know. Hugh Laurie is the 16th Doctor. I think, let me just double check. Hugh Laurie. Yeah. I've got to stop doing yeah. I'll stop saying yeah. But yeah. Wait for it, he's coming. House, yeah, he plays House, doesn't he? Kit Connor as the 16th Doctor. Now, in my head, I'm either picturing the guy from Heartstopper or the guy from Game of Thrones. Let's see which one. It's one of the two. It's the guy from Heartstopper, not Game of Thrones. What's his name? The guy from Game of Thrones. His name's Kit or something, isn't it? Am I thinking of the right guy? But no, Kit Connor. Yeah, I could see him being the Doctor. See, I didn't say 3 years of varying pitches there. Kit Harington, that's who I was thinking of. Yeah, right. We'll move away from the 16th Doctor discussion because this is now just a stream of me reading names, Googling them and going, yeah. So, Shadow Jedi Knight says, these bi-generation sounds like you are cutting a sandwich because when you split the sandwich, it's the same thing of each side. I suppose. It's like splitting a sandwich down the middle, but with two different fillings, in a way. See, we're great at metaphors on this channel. Right, so, also, there was another piece of news. I actually have it written down somewhere. Karen Gillan and Arthur Darvill have been confirmed as being part of the Doctor Who Unleashed 20-year anniversary celebration, which is pretty exciting. It's not major news, so it didn't deserve its own video, but I thought I'd drop it on the live stream because it's pretty cool. I'm looking forward to the 20-year celebration thing with Stefan Powell presenting. We have a super chat here from MXC Stanton. MXC Stanton, thank you very much for the super chat, really appreciate it. They say, Echo's Destiny looks awesome. How long did you guys film for? Any funny stories from production? Anything you can tell us about? Thank you very much, first off, I really appreciate that. It's always, if you ever want to win favour with me, just comment something about Echo's Destiny. Like, those are my favourite comments because the amount of time I have spent writing, editing, doing visual effects, getting all of that prepared, directing, everything is scary. The amount of time I've spent on Echo's Destiny is scary. in terms of the whole Echo saga, Echo's End, the first part, May. I missed the anniversary. It was 4 years ago the other day that we started the Echo series with Echo's End filming. It was just after COVID, like just as we were leaving sixth form. I was like, let's make a Doctor Who fan film, and then it sort of spiraled out of control to where we are now. In terms of funny stories about production, there's so many. I'm trying to think. I mean, on the first day we started shooting, this old guy came up to us in the street, and he was like, what are you filming? What are you filming? And we were like, oh, it's just Doctor Who. And he was like, I hate Doctor Who. And he turned out to be like a not my doctor. He was very nice to us, but he was telling us to reconsider our life choices and how much he despised Doctor Who as a franchise, which I thought was lovely of the man. What other stories? I mean, there's always, whenever we try and secure filming locations, I'm going to avoid saying dodgy words on stream, but people that we secure these filming locations with always have to double check that we're not filming suspicious material. And mid-death scene of one of the characters, no spoilers, the security guard rocks up and says, like, are you guys, what are you filming? I need to see the footage. And we were like, don't worry, it's not suspect, it's a Doctor Who fan film. So that was good fun. But yeah, those are your stories, and I'm glad you like Echo's Destiny. We have another super chat here from 14 Time Lord Fan. Thank you very much to 14 Time Lord Fan, who says, what if Mrs. Flood has a redemption story? I think you're onto something. You know what? You've got it. You're a genius. Guaranteed, right? Because it's what Russell did with Lucy Saxon, the Master's wife. She's being messed around. Like that scene where she's making Conrad toast or whatever, and she's like, oh, cut my toenails, ma'am, all of this. She's going to get sick of it. Or she's already sick of it and playing the long game. Maybe she knows what she's doing and she's waiting for a moment to strike. But, yeah, there's absolutely no way that Mrs. Flood is just going to be a little servant for the rest of the episode. She's going to come out swinging. Guaranteed. Guaranteed. Yeah, right, we'll carry on with the chat. As ever, guys, if you want to make sure I read your chat, please feel free to super chat. There's no obligation, but it helps me out and it's good fun, and it flashes up on my screen, so I'll definitely read your comment. What have we got going on here? The chat's doing that thing where it scrolls to the top again. There was a question about Echoes. I don't know where it's gone. I don't know where it's gone. I mean, Tony the Time Lord says, I was just watching Echo's Return and had to pause to join. I appreciate that. Thank you, Tony. Make sure you're finished watching after the live stream. But no, I hope you're enjoying it. I hope you're enjoying it. Dark Acuma Official 77 says, would you ever like to be in a Doctor Who episode? Of course. Look, I mean, I actually commented it on Russell's post like 5 weeks ago. No, someone commented after Lux on Russell's post. They tagged me and were like, "Oh, confused Adipose should have been in this," and I just replied like, "Oh yeah, Russell, if you're ever looking for a job, wink or whatever." And he liked it. I mean, he likes every Instagram comment, but that's not the point. That's not the point. He liked our Sutek reaction last year, so yeah, you know what? Why not? Why not? Mrs. Flood is definitely Missy, says Has Jazz. Maybe. I don't think so. I think she is the Rani, but I think there's more to her than we'd initially. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? More than we'd initially have expected. Not being in Doctor Who is bad enough. It's worse that Theres has been in and you haven't. He'll always be above you for that. I know, it's disgraceful. I remember when Theres first got the email through about him being in Doctor Who, he rang me and was like, oh my god. And it was such a wholesome moment. But it should have been me. No, we're happy for Theres. He deserved it. What an icon. Jodie Comer as the Master, but with her Scouse accent. Yeah, go for it. Why not? When will we have Echo's Destiny at the cinema? You know what? It needs to happen. Someone get it there. That's exactly what we need. Echoes. To be fair, we kind of did that for the premiere, and we're having another premiere for Echoes Destiny Part 2. Like, we booked out a nice venue, everyone got suited and booted. You can see the pictures on my wall, actually, over here. This is going to knock over the setup. Hang on. Oh, yeah, I told you, the lights come collapsing down. But I'll room tour. You can see all the pictures from the Echoes Destiny premiere there on the wall, which was quite fun. This feels really strange now. I'm carrying around the light. We could do a tour of the cabinets while live. Well, singular cabinet. The other one, I might actually sell. You know what? If anyone's interested in a big cabinet that's identical to that one, then, you know, I'll possibly be selling it. So let me know. Right, am I able to place that down? See, I reckon my phone's got enough charge. I can unplug it now. If we die, we die. You know, that's we're taking risks with this live stream. Imagine a Geordie doctor. That would be honestly kind of fun. Yeah, you know what? We've never had a Geordie doctor. I think Belinda is a Geordie, but Vara de Sethu is. I was just completely out of frame there. But yeah, why not? Why not? Jeremy Duncan, I saw you were in chat, but you've flown away. I don't know where it's gone. There we are. Imagine if Omega is voiced by someone super famous like Benedict Cumberbatch. That would be so cool. I hadn't even considered that possibility of a Benedict Cumberbatch Omega, but I'd be here for it. I'd be here for it. Right, we've got a super chat from Robert Bell. Thank you very much to Robert Bell for the super chat. He says, would love Harry Melling as the 16th Doctor. He's Patrick Troughton's grandson, and he played Dudley Dursley in Harry Potter. Yeah, Harry Melling is a fantastic actor. What was he in? I watched it the other week. And I was like, oh, it's him. Is it War of the Worlds? I think there's a War of the Worlds adaptation that he was in. It was something like that I watched. I say the other week, it was like a month ago. Multiple months ago. It was like January. But yeah, no, I'd be on board for that. I mean, he's Patrick Troughton's grandson, as you say. I mean, Sean Pertwee would also be quite cool to have as a new incarnation of the Doctor. You'd still have that, like, hints to him being similar to the third Doctor, but giving him his own tenure would be quite cool. Oh, right, what else have we got going on? Have I missed any? No, perfect. Right, let's go back to the bottom. Omega should be voiced by Morgan Freeman. Yeah, why not? I mean, that would be quite cool. It'd be good fun. Right, we've got 2 new super chats. Thank you very much. So, first super chat here from Cam Gill. Thank you very much to Cam Gill. Cam Gill, I've said your name about 5 times now. Shout out to Cam Gill. There's 6. When the Rani says, Omega with his body, I can construct a new Gallifrey with his body, I think she's talking to Omega, Conrad's body, about the Doctor. Okay, right, so the Rani is talking, is that Conrad's body to giving Omega Conrad's body? Yeah, okay, right, I'm on a roll. I know where we're going with this. I could see that happening. I could see it, like you say as well, the Doctor's body with Arc of Infinity. You have like Peter Davison, the Omega steals his form. I mean, I did theorise that it's not going to happen realistically. It would have leaked. Like, it would be so big, it would have leaked. But Peter Davison playing Omega or something along those lines. You could have a Ncuti Gatwa Omega, or yeah, as you say, a Conrad body Omega. That'd be quite cool. Nice idea there from Cam Gill. Okay, Shadow Jedi Knight, thank you very much for the super chat. Shadow Jedi Knight says, when the moment in Wish World, the Rani said to the Doctor, where is your TARDIS? I think that the Rani took the Doctor's TARDIS to use to bring back Omega, maybe, or something like that. Yeah, I could see, I mean, TARDISes are technically alive, right? Like, I could see Omega inhabiting the TARDIS. Like, we've seen a TARDIS come to life before and speak and have thoughts. So I could see Omega maybe, because he created the Eye of Harmony and all of that jazz, kind of, probably, depending on what canon you're looking into. But yeah, he could definitely control the TARDIS, definitely use it as a way of bringing himself back. I think the fact that it blew up at the end of the Interstellar Song Contest means something's definitely happened to it. It was completely absent from last episode, so I'm sure we'll find out. Docky Doctor Who says, any advice for writing Doctor Who fan stories like The Amazing Echoes Destiny? Thank you very much.
I'm not the most qualified person to give writing advice on Doctor Who, but I could give it a go. I'm no Russell T Davies, but I sound like an old person, but have fun. That's the main thing. If you really enjoy and you really believe in the story that you're writing, other people probably will. Like, write good characters. That's the centre of any story, I'd say, in my humble opinion. Good characters, good characters and good plot. It sounds self-explanatory, but the main thing to get right is the characters and character journeys. Don't make characters do things for the sake of it. Always make them act in character. And then you get a good story out of that. You get a good story. We have a couple of more super chats. Let me try and catch up with these. Thank you, everybody. Panos Driss, thank you very much for the super chat. They say, if Doctor Who ever did the Valiard and it's not Joe from Echo's Destiny, I will be so disappointed. Yeah, you know what, BBC, you've got my number. I'll come in and play the Valiard for you. It was actually quite fun and quite difficult. I suppose in a way it's difficult whenever I have to do any emotional acting because I'm not an actor. But shouting, I've always been able to do that. I can shout. Shout acting is easy. Just yelling and trying to sound scary. I mean, I'm not intimidating in real life, but when it comes to acting, that's the only thing I think I can do relatively well is shouting. Thanos, thank you very much for this super chat, Thanos. Thanos says, I am thinking that the lost child is Ruby that the Rani stole from the spaceship for her unknown magical power. This is why Poppy is in these last 2 episodes. Ruby's power is to not be affected by the other Pantheon gods. Okay, there's a lot there. We'll break it down. So the lost child is Ruby. It could well be. I think the only thing that's stopping that from happening is that Russell has said in the audio-visual commentary last year, he almost wrote Ruby's story as a response to what happened with Rey Skywalker in the Skywalker saga, the sequel trilogy of Star Wars films. Because she was set up to be like Rey Nobody, and then, it just sort of spiraled and she became the Palpatine's granddaughter, and it all got a little bit ridiculous. So Russell was like, I like the idea of a foundling being just a foundling and experiencing that on their own. So I don't know whether they would do that, but it's not impossible because the similarities and the parallels are definitely there. Like the Rani in that big cloak carrying the baby. Ruby's whole thing in her first episode being about luck and wishes, luck. Like there's got to be some form of connection there. And that's why Poppy's in the last 2 episodes. She's got to be, in my opinion, Poppy's got to be the Doctor's daughter, right? Like, she's got to be like Susan's mother or something along those lines, because why else would she be so prevalent in... Do you know what I mean? Like, it's bizarre. And as well, the connection, space babies, an unearthly child. That's surely not an accident. Surely not. Like, there's got to be something there. But yeah, it would be cool to see them go up against the Pantheon. Ruby's power is to be not affected by the other Pantheon gods, which would explain why she's able to just roll around and chill in Wishworld. Like, she's the one who seems least affected by everyone else. We have another super chat here. Thank you to Thomas Jerome. Your name's going off screen. I'm so sorry. Something. Thomas Jerome, thank you very much. Team Thari Mega. Yeah, Thari's Omega hybrid, the crossover that the world really needs. I'm on that team as well. How mad would it be if Thari's has managed to keep that secret? He just comes out of the portal and is Omega. It's what the world needs right now. The Bite of 87 says The Rise of Skywalker was so mid. I know, I agree. I think I actually... My review of that is up on the channel somewhere, like a full cinema vlog, where, everyone I went with, well, not everyone, but a group of them were like, oh, this is so good. And I was not happy. But we have another super chat from Shadow Jedi Knight. Thank you very much to Shadow Jedi Knight, who says, everyone on Doctor Who have a sonic device like Explain. The Doctor, the Rani, the Master, Romana, Miss Foster, River Song. I think it's kind of like shorthand. It's like a staple of like a Time Lord character.
Like, you give them a sonic device, some form of sonic screwdriver. I don't think that used to happen as much in classic Who, but definitely in New Who. And I mean, I remember everyone was theorising, not that I was even conscious around that time, but when Mrs. Foster was in the Series 4 trailer with a sonic pen, everyone was like, oh, it's the Rani, she's got a screwdriver. And that didn't pan out, did it? But yeah, I think it's sort of shorthand for Time Lord character, or also it's just like, if you want an opposing Time Lord to the Doctor, you give them a sonic screwdriver. You match the powers. Do you know what I mean? You sort of, you throw them off. Yeah, Sarah Jane had a sonic lipstick. That's true. That's true. Omega is played by Donald Trump. I hope not. I hope not. There's enough evil in that man. We don't need any more. Larry Spoon says, what's your ranking of season 2 thus far? Ooh, that's a good question. My favourite episode is probably Lux. Yeah, maybe. I really enjoyed Wish World as well, to be fair. But Lux was a banger. What else have we got? Robot Revolution was good. The Well was good. Lucky Day was good. They've all been really strong. I can't lie. Thinking about it, Lux is my favourite episode, and the Interstellar Song Contest is probably my least favourite. But they're all really good. Do you know what I mean? It's not easy to pick. Like, they're all very strong episodes. I wouldn't say any of them have been bad so far. So, yeah, I'd probably go with that. Sam Lawton says, and Wish World is the best, right? Of course, Winnie Petheridge, best character ever. Like, there we go. That's the only acceptable opinion on this stream. Thanos suggests Patrick Stewart as Omega. Thank you, Thanos, for the super chat. Yeah, that would be cool. I did it again. I did the 3 years. Like, it's my version of the giggle. If you're about to get a mediocre opinion from me, you're going to get a yeah, instead of the da-da-da-da-da-da. That's what you'll get. Cybers Industries employee says, Interstellar below, story in the engine. Yeah, story in the engine didn't have Mrs. Flood being a wet fart reveal at the end, which I can't, like, how long have we theorised on Mrs. Flood, and they delegated it to a post-credit scene. I think it's a shame, and I can't lie as well. It speaks wonders of Wish World, that because I did feel underwhelmed after the Interstellar Song Contest, and the fact that I'm so on board again after Wish World. Wish World was a banging episode. We have a super chat here from Synth Diablo. Thank you very much to Synth Diablo, who says, could the Rani be of relation to Rassilon? Absolutely. I mean, Russell loves his familial ties in Doctor Who, doesn't he? Like, he loves going sort of space operas, Star Wars, I am your father levels of stuff. Ncuti has said in multiple interviews we're going to get a lot of exploration of Gallifreyan past, Gallifreyan history, so I could 100% see them pulling something like that. I mean, there was a lot of complaints on the internet last week about the Rani and the Doctor apparently being lovers, even though I don't think it's that deep. Like, it's never said that they actually were. The Rani's just like, people said we were lovers. But yeah, people were not happy with that, were they? Right, what else have we got going on down here? The Book Forest says, how do you have so much time to film all these videos? I don't normally. If you look at my upload schedule, normally it's nowhere near this. But this is currently, YouTube is literally my full-time job at the moment, which only ever really works and is properly financially stable when the show is on, or when we're in the lead up to Doctor Who being on. But I've been lucky enough that for the past like 2 or 3 months, I've literally just been doing this like completely full time, and it's great fun. It is tiring though. Like, the amount of hours I sit at this desk editing is slightly concerning. But I promised myself at the start of March, I was like, right, if I'm doing this as like a proper source of income every single day for the next 10 weeks, I'm going to post at least a video. And so far, we've managed it. We've only, as of that countdown, we've only got like a week and 2 days to go, and then I won't be uploading every day, potentially. if there's stuff to talk about, I'm having great fun doing this, so we'll keep doing it. But yeah, that's how I'm doing daily uploads at the moment, because yeah, it's good fun. It's good fun. Dr. Master says, do you like Billie Eilish? Sure. I mean, I like the song. That narrows it down, doesn't it? What is it? The Barbie movie one. The What Was I Made For? That one's good. What else has she got? Bad Guy. They play that in Rogue, don't they? That one's all right. Does it? She has a song, I think, called "I Think Therefore I Am" or "Therefore I Am," which is the name of my short film, which I had to check. I was like, has anyone used this as a short film name before? Because it's obviously I didn't come up with the phrase "Therefore I Am." That's a shout out to Rene Descartes, philosopher, for that phrase. But yeah, I don't know if I've ever actually listened to "Therefore I Am" as a song. I'll need to do that, I'll need to do that. What's the music video where she has like spiders crawling out of her face or something? I think I've seen that one. That one's quite creepy. I feel like such a out of touch person. Hello, fellow kids, Billie Eilish. Right, Fleur says, I need Kate's backstory in the war between the land and the sea with her children, gardening, and her being a bridge player. Yeah. It is funny that in her first appearance, she says she's a parent. Where are her kids? We've never seen her kids. I'll tell you where her kids are. Echo's Destiny. Echo's End, Echo's Return, and Echo's Destiny features the offspring of Kate Stewart. And yeah, mate, that's what I find mad as well. Fun fact for anyone that didn't know, Kate Stewart's first appearance is in a Doctor Who fan film from the 90s. Like, they actually have Nicholas Courtney, the actor of the Brigadier, plus it's not Gemma Redgrave playing her, but they have Kate Stewart in a fan film. Like, that's where it sort of sprung from, which is actually mad. I think it's called Downtime. I think that's the fan film that it's in. Mate, I've always wanted to do a reaction. I might do a reaction video with the podcast people once this series is over. Actually, here's the test. Do you guys want the podcast to continue weekly after this season ends? Let me know if you do, because we're considering it. It would be good fun to just carry on the podcast every week, because it's good fun. And also, do you have any podcasts? Whoa, the chat's popping off. Yes, I think that went down quite well. People do seem to like it. If you have any ideas as well, feel free to suggest them, because it's fun doing the podcast each week. You could do reaction and chaotic stuff as well. Yeah, exactly. That's what we're thinking. Wow. Okay, that's a lot of positive responses. So. There we go. Cypress Industries employees as my go-to background noise. Perfect. Go through every episode of The Revival, reviewing each one, says Annabelle Grace. Yeah, that's not a bad shout. We could literally start at Rose and go forward. The Bites of 87 says, how are the names for the podcast? We still don't have one. We need a good name. I think we might go with Satellite 5. I like that. I can't remember who suggested it. Someone in the comments suggested it. The more time goes on, the more I'm sold on that, because obviously there's 5 of us on the podcast. You know what? We might go with it. We'll see. Doris is in the unit vault. Who's Doris? Who's Doris? Are we Doris from Gavin and Stacey? Let me just Google Doris Doctor Who. I feel like that should ring a bell. Doris Lethbridge Stewart. Gordon Lethbridge Stewart's wife. Yes. Doris is in the vault. Maybe that's where Kate's kids are, all of them. Gordon, a little boy Gordon's ready to come out of the vault and scrap the Rani. That's what we need to see. Robin Powell says, could Omega beat Sutek in a fight? 100%. Sutek. This has been. I mean, there's really cool fan art actually of Omega versus Sutek, but I'm 100% Team Omega. He created time travel, right? What does Sutek do? He just sort of, I don't know. He's a dog. drinks milk. That's cats, not dogs. Can dogs even drink milk? The boxed cat says Tharies equals Tha and Rees equals Tha Rani's the Rani. You know what? It's got to happen. They must have tri-generated, and the Tharies is the next Rani. Tony the Time Lord, thank you very much for the super chat, Tony the Time Lord. Tony the Time Lord says, yes, and podcast name the Hooniversals. That is a really nice shout. I do love that idea of the Hooniversals. I think you commented this as well once before, Tony. It's a very cool idea, but I will double check now on YouTube, but I think someone already has the Hooniversals as a YouTube name. It is a cool name, though. Yeah, no, see, that the only thing stopping that from being the name of the podcast is there's a channel called the Hooniversals, and we don't want to just steal their name. But no, it's a good suggestion, Tony. It's a good suggestion. Cats can't drink milk either. Can they not? You can probably tell I've never owned a cat or a dog. I did, however. This is... this is not a joke. It sounds like a dad joke, but it's a genuinely true story. I used to own a fish, and I named it the Cat and the Dog, purely so that I could leave the living room and go, I'm going to go and feed the cat and the dog, which I think was the funniest thing in the world. And it never got a laugh. It always got like a confused, but you don't have a cat and a dog. And I'd be like, yeah. Which, you know, absolutely hilarious from me. How old would I have been? I was like 16. I mean, you can actually see the cat and the dog, the fish, in one of my old videos and in one of my TikToks from years ago. But let's get back to Doctor Who. Let's get back to Doctor Who, because you don't want to hear about my cat and the dog that's actually a fish. Ncuti has just said on Instagram, the final showdown, says Cybus Industries employee. Has he? That's kind of mad. Let's have a look. I'm probably not logged into Instagram on here. Not logged into Twitter either. This is fantastic. Oh, I might be able to log in. Let's see. Drum roll, please. Oh, wait, no, wrong password. Excellent. Thank you, guys. I don't know why I'm thanking you. I'm thanking the computer, or lack thereof. Entry. What am I even saying at this point? I'm gonna keep reading the chats. If that's what Ncuti said, mad. Ian Hughes, thank you very much for the super chat. Really appreciate it. Thank you very much. If you want to ask a question, feel free. I'll have a read of that if you do. But if not, thank you very much for the super chat. Really appreciate it. Pete Dencat suggests the Hooniversity. That could be quite fun. That's quite a nice name. Matty Brown said, call the podcast Linda. Yeah, that would be cool. David Tennant as the 16th Doctor says, Cars Forever. No more. We've had Tennant back 101 times, and I love him. I absolutely love David Tennant. Don't get me wrong, but he does not need to be back again. Docky Doctor Who says, when will you put the podcasts on Apple Podcast? I don't know. Maybe never. Probably never, to be honest. The thing is, the podcasts, they, like, I don't know. I'm not the most technical person, and I feel like YouTube is like a hub where people can get them from. But we could look into putting them on other platforms at some point. Dr. Master says, Sabrina Carpenter as Jack Harkness recast. Sure. With Slavina Carpenter as the companion. That's what we need. That's what this world needs. I mean, John Barrowman and Sabrina Carpenter, you wouldn't tell, you couldn't be able to tell the difference. It's genius, really, isn't it? Season 2 rating 1 to 10 out of 1 to 10. This rating out of 1 to 10, I'm gonna get, it's quite a fun idea. It could drastically change after the reality war. So far, the season has been banger after banger after banger. There hasn't been a bad episode. I'm probably going to give it an 8. Yeah, and if the reality war lands, that score will go up. But we'll have to wait and see. because yeah, it's been so good so far. And this is the thing as well with the reality war. Like, I loved part 1 a lot, so I really hope part 2 delivers. But we've had word from Winnie Petheridge that it will be good. So I'm hoping. 9 out of 10. 9 out of 10 says people. Not bad scores. Not bad scores. Shane says there's rumours that Ncuti is filming a Christmas episode currently. I haven't heard those rumours, but it would be cool if true. I mean, we have no way to know if that's true. That's pretty cool. The star certificate was what set the Doctor off on his adventures before he couldn't get Belinda home. Ooh, let's pretend we didn't hear that. Couldn't get Belinda home. Will that come up in the last episode too? It might well do. It might well do, but it also might well not do. It might well not do. We'll just have to wait and see. Timey-wimey is the podcast name. Yeah. It's not too searchable though. I want like a nice name that's quite. Do you know what I mean? Like, so that people can say, "Oh, have you seen the something podcast?" I suppose timey-wimey. Yeah, it's not bad. I've done the years again. I need to stop it. We have a super chat here from Mask Maker. Thank you very much, Mask Maker, for the super chat. Mask Maker says 2 things. 1, Instagram link didn't work for me. And 2, is it possible if Des is really the Doctor, could that explain being half human on their mother's side? In terms of the Instagram link, is this the link in the description? Does it not work? It may well not. If it doesn't, please just feel free to search in confused_Adipose on Instagram and you'll find my account there. But onto your theory, Mask Maker. Des is really the Doctor. Could that explain the Doctor being half human on their mother's side? Ooh. There's been a lot of theories about the Doctor being half human, but none about that. That's cool. I like it. It would explain that plot hole. I mean, I think Russell was going to explain it in an original draft of The End of Time. I think there was a line. It's in the writer's tale somewhere. Someone in chat will probably know. But yeah, somewhere there's this talk of like Russell was like, oh yeah, there was apart from one evening where I was half human for some reason or something. So I wouldn't be surprised if Russell were to canonise something like that. Yeah. Title idea. Constellation Podcast Cerberus. That's quite fun. I like that. It's a little bit wordy, but it's quite fun. Which one's better? Doctor Who Series 2, Tennant and Rose versus Doctor Who Season 2, Shooter and Varada. 100% Season 2, as in Shooty and Varada, in my opinion. I don't dislike the Doctor and Rose's season. I don't dislike Series 2, but it's never up there for me. Whereas I have had so much fun with this season. So, you know what? Yeah, sure. Wait a minute, is there rumours going on about Billy Piper going to be the next Doctor? Yeah, it's the origins of these Billy Piper's rumour. The origin of this Billy Piper as the 16th Doctor rumour is from, there's a guy who, and it's hilarious because it actually started in my comments section. This is where the leak came from. But there's a guy who commented a very long time ago. So the man who shall not be named. I remember actually. Here's a fun story for you all. Right. I remember it as if it were only yesterday. It was before one of the final Echo's Destiny shoots. I rang Tharies because I'd received 4 comments from this guy who he described in detail a load about Season 2, which I rang Tharies, and I remember saying down the phone, I was like, this is hilarious. Like, they know exactly how to get me hooked, because saying that, oh, Omega might come back and all this, I was like, okay, it's too good to be true. That's not happening. But then, as the season went on, a bunch of these little leaks and stuff that this guy had said started to come true. And by the time we got to the Midnight sequel, I was like, okay, I'm not reading. I don't want to go back and read these comments. And I haven't read them since because I was like, I don't want to remember or know what happened. But a bunch of plot points were just dropped in my comment section about 4 months ago, which is genuinely mad. But that same guy apparently said that the 16th Doctor he didn't say they were Billy Piper, but they said someone we'd recognise. So that's where this all started. People speculate it's Billy Piper. It's probably not going to be Billy Piper, though. We'll have to wait and see. It kind of could be anything. I mean, yeah, I never talked directly about these leaks in a video either, because I didn't want to reread them. Like, I had a vague recollection of some of the stuff there, but I kind of didn't want to believe them. And I didn't even fully believe that it was all true until, obviously, last week you get Omega back, and I was like, oh my god, that guy who commented months ago was actually onto something. But yeah, mad. Thank you very much, Thomas Jerome, for the super chat. Thomas Jerome comes in here with a name suggestion, I presume, for the podcast. The Academy of Gallifrey, brackets, of Time Bores. It's not a bad shout. It's not a bad shout. We do need to solidify a name. We do. We do. We've got another super chat here from Rob Deltoni. Thank you very much, Rob Deltoni, for the super chat, who says, just joined. Did you read my Instagram theory yet? Mine was about 14 opening the fob watch, brackets, timeless child memories. Sorry, I haven't got round to reading that theory yet. No. If it was a DM, I don't always see all of my DMs. But if it was a response to the story, I haven't seen it yet. I can't currently access Instagram on my computer either, which is a pain. Otherwise, I would be reading it right now. But if you want to re-comment it in the live chat, I'll try and read it. If I miss it, just shout and get my attention. But yeah, no, I'm intrigued to hear your theory. Liam, thank you very much, Liam, for the super chat. Liam says, Mr. Ringading as the next Doctor. Imagine if they did just do a whole Doctor as an animated character. That would be kind of wild. It would probably bring back... It would bring people to the show. Maybe not forever. And it would be different. It would be new. It would be interesting. But it would be fun to see, you know what? Who doesn't want Mr. Ringading as the next Doctor? They should do a companion like Mr. Ringading, because you could actually do that. Have him stick around for a couple of episodes. They probably don't have the budget to do like a whole season with him, but it'd be fun. We've got a super chat here from Ian Hughes as well. Thank you very much. Ian, is that Ian? I hope I'm reading that correctly. But thank you very much for the super chat. They say the Web of Fear as a podcast name, but the last time I spoke to RTD about it and an idea, he told me to go home. What? I spoke to RTD about it, an idea, he told me to go home. Oh no, what? You've got beef with Russell T Davies. But no, Web of Fear, as a podcast name is not a bad shout at all. It's nice to get in like a Doctor Who reference, like a title reference or something similar. Like I like these ideas. They're building up. We could have like a semi-final for all of the ideas that might make it to the final podcast name. But Web of Fear is entered into the Hall of Fame. It's a nice idea. Kevin Clyde says, OMG, Sutek is not a dog. Yes, he is. I'm a Sutek dog truther. Pugstar, thank you very much, Pugstar, for the super chat. Pugstar says, call the podcast the same as Conrad's Lucky Day. Then, probably best you add on, but with less incels, for obvious reasons. Yeah, the Lucky Day brackets less incel edition podcast. You know what? It's great. It's a genius idea. What's a play on Lucky Day that we could do without the Conrad connotation? Because I want to separate the brand from Conrad quite far away. Our podcast is quite vastly different to the likes of Mr. Conrad Clark. But no, it's a great suggestion. It's genius. Absolutely marvellous, as Russell would say. Right, let's scroll. Unlucky day, unlucky night. Yeah, literally just flip it around. Think tank, says Connor Evans. Call it the Podtheon. Oh, Podtheon, says Spectrum Vlogger, as in like Pantheon. It's quite nice. The baby that does the giggle could be the Doctor, as they are referred to as the seventh son, and the seventh son has the title Doctor in some British cultures. Yes, I did. I saw someone posted that on Twitter, right? I completely forgot to mention it in a video. It will probably be somewhere in my notes app, ready for a video that will never be made. But we can address it here. We can address it live on stream. That is true. The bite of 87 is correct there. Yeah, the seventh son apparently refers to the title of physician or doctor. Doctor Who. There you go. It's not a bad shout. Not a bad shout. Especially after Ncuti's been saying in those interviews we're going to discover more about the Doctor's past. There you go. The Doctor is the Wish Baby. LJ says, we need an alien or non-modern day companion so bad. I will forever be annoyed that Moffat didn't stick with Victorian Clara from The Snowmen as a full-time companion. Like, the chemistry her and Matt Smith have in that episode is off the charts. It's genuinely mental. Like, that would have been such a cool dynamic, such a cool pairing. I think ideal TARDIS team, because I get why you want to ground the series in the present day, in reality, because then you can do trips to unit, you can get like invasions on the street, all of that kind of stuff. I think they should have ideal TARDIS team, similar to like Nardole and Bill, is you have one companion from the past or an alien, and one companion from the present day. Something like that would be pretty cool. Pretty cool. What else have we got here? As ever, guys, I've got to say the spiel again, but I will not be able to read everybody's chats, so if you want to make sure I read it, please feel free to super chat. There is no obligation, but it flashes up on my screen, so I'll definitely be able to read it. But yeah, let's have a look at what other people are saying. Martin can both be a pre-Hartnell Doctor and a post-Ncuti Doctor. Yeah, they could do Joe Martin like as the next Doctor, but with the face or some. You could do something timey-wimey. Sam Lawton says, and one wheelchair user companion at all times, of course. Of course, I mean, we need to see the Tharies ramp in action. Like in the giggle, the TARDIS has the ramp come out. Like, we need to see it in action. We need it. I hope actually, I mean, we've got Winnie Petheridge aboard the TARDIS. Next episode needs to happen. We'll get on the phone to Russell. Synth Diablo, thank you very much for the super chat. Synth Diablo says Gallifrey and Gabs, or TARDIS tidbits. Ooh, I like TARDIS tidbits a lot. Gallifrey and Gabs is quite fun as well. TARDIS tidbits. You know what? I'm gonna add it to my notes. You've made it into the notes. Tidbits. I shall put that in the podcast group chat later. I like it. Jared Cooper, thank you very much for the super chat, Jared Cooper. Jared Cooper says, confused Adipose Big Finish reviews. Can we make it happen? Potentially. Yeah, it could be somewhere going forward. It could be somewhere going forward. It could be something going forward in the future of the channel. I really want to get into more Big Finish. Like, there's a whole world of stories out there which I've just never heard. Like, it's the only part of Doctor Who lore that I'm not sort of keyed in on. So 100%. And if I did start listening, I should probably review them. I could do that. You know, when they do the 13th Doctor stories and the 9th Doctor and Rose stories, I might get and listen to those and make reviews, if that's what people want to see. Let me know in the comments. I'll happily respond to people's like video suggestions. So yeah, if that's something you guys want to see, it's definitely something that could happen in the future. Hashjazz says, I've got beef with RTD. Go on, Hashjazz. What's your beef? Let's air the beef. We have another super chat here. Thank you very much. Oh no, the chat's doing its usual thing again. There it is. Airs Law. I hope that's how I pronounce your name, but thank you very much for the super chat. They say, I'm overseas in the States, but would love to act in one of your Doctor Who movies you make. Love your channel. Will Riversong ever return? Thank you very much. I'm glad you love the channel. I'm glad you like the movies as well. In terms of that, I don't know what the future of those movies is. Echo's Destiny is an end point.
point for certain characters within the films. But yeah, we filmed all of that at the moment. We've got all of that done. The edit still needs to take place, but at the moment there's no opportunities. But who's to say in the future? I will probably, realistically, that will not be the last bit of Doctor Who I ever write. Hopefully. So who's to say? We'll see in the future. But as to the question, will Riversong ever return? I don't think it's impossible, but I think it's unlikely. In a way, she's a good character, but I kind of hope she doesn't come back because her ending is just so perfect. Like, her and the Doctor on Beryllium, all of that, like, that's the perfect way to round out that character. And her Doctor and Capaldi's, like, they're just elite together. So I kind of hope she doesn't, but obviously if she did crop up, I'm not going to be like, boo, get off the screen. It'd be good fun though, it'd be good fun. Martin Foote, hello Martin. Martin says, the 9th Doctor Big Finish stuff is free on BBC Sounds at the moment. I didn't know that. I will, when I have time, when I've next got a long train journey, which is probably going to be in a couple of weeks, or a week or so. What month is it? Yeah, a week or so. I'll stick it on the train. We might be getting Big Finish reviews quicker than imagined. There we go, guys. We've solved it quickly. We have a super chat here from Thanos. Thank you very much, Thanos, who says, I am hoping for a season where it is one continuous storyline like the War Games, rather than standalone episodes. I believe this would have a positive impact on viewership due to binge online streaming. 100%. I mean, Chibnall was ahead of the curve with the Flux. He knew what that is exactly, I've been saying it for years, that's exactly what Doctor Who needs to do to survive in this media landscape. And this season did it quite well, I can't lie, with the whole Get Belinda Home, having one big sort of overarching plot where it feels like one continuous story for like a bingeable model. That needs to happen. So yeah, 100% on board for like War Games type vibe, Flux type vibe. Yeah, needs to happen. What else have we got down here? Do you think we could see a degeneration in the finale? Who would be degenerating into who? Would that be Ncuti into Tennant? No. I suppose Ncuti and Whittaker. That could be quite fun to see, but I don't think that would happen. I don't think we'll get... I think I want 13 and 15 and 14 and 12 and 11, all of them to meet in a multi-Doctor story, but I don't think we can get that anytime soon. You know what they do need to do for the 70th anniversary? They need to do Dimensions in Time 2, have them all on the set of EastEnders. That's where we need Doctor Who's future to go. How likely do you think that Missy comes back? I'm not sure if I want it or not. I think it's probably unlikely that Missy will come back. It's not impossible, but unlikely. Fleur says it should be the Whovians who always personally attack Artie podcasts. Yeah, justice for Artie. Let's get it trending. We need to stop giving Artie a hard time on the podcast. Why does Artie hate the new era of Who so much? Artie, we'll have to ask him. We'll get him on stream. I don't know. It's a good question. He's a cynical man. We've got another super chat here. Thank you very much. Table Printer Door. Thank you for the super chat, Table Printer Door. Table Printer Door says, how do you think RTD will change Gallifrey lore? Oh, it's a scary question, isn't it? It's a scary question. He said there's going to be big shifts, big changes, big expansions on Gallifrey lore, and that could mean anything. Like, it's what I do love about this new era is how unpredictable it is. Like, you never know what is going to happen in an episode. You can have leaks, you can have rumours, but realistically, when you're watching, anything could happen. So I genuinely don't know how to answer that. My best guess would be exploring more of the Doctor's past, especially his connection to Susan. The fact that Susan keeps showing up, the fact that Baby Poppy's there, the fact that the last cliffhanger in the reality war was the Doctor yelling, like, what does he yell? He's like, Poppy's real, Poppy's my daughter, whatever.
it makes you think, doesn't it? It's like it could be his actual daughter. It could tie into Susan. I think that might be the change. And obviously, well, I suppose Omega's back as well. You could do some stuff there. Was Susan mewing in the clips of her? I don't know why I found that so funny. Maybe that's what she was doing. Maybe she just needed to aura farm on the Doctor. I think that's what Susan was doing. What else have we got going on in the chat? Have you been to the Who shop? I have not. I've been in London many a time and gone, I need to go to the Who shop, but I'm still yet to go there. One day though, one day I shall go. Yes, I shall go. Would be good fun. Right. Omega's just going to be a giant tortoise. I haven't heard that one yet, but maybe a giant tortoise really slowly crushing through the city. That would be a spectacle to behold. Am I the only one that sees the Conrad face in the channel avatar? Maybe. I don't know. I don't see Conrad's face. Who knows? Artie is the best part of the podcast, says Oscar Watt. Artie does have his fans, doesn't he? Elise and Artie have their little fan clubs. Yeah. Are you in the reality war? I am afraid not. I'm not in the reality war. I'm not in Doctor Who as of yet. Let's start the petition, guys. Tharies has made it. Let's get us in there as well. Dr. Master says, what's your favourite cereal? Right, controversial take here, guys. Controversial take. I don't like cereal. I said it. I don't like it. I think is it the Great Glass Elevator where probably Willy Wonka, describes it as tasting like pencil sharpenings? He's correct. Weetabix, you could potentially tempt me with a Weetabix, but most cereal I don't like. If I have breakfast, then it's an if, because usually I don't have breakfast. It will just be toast, or it will be like an apple, or an orange, or a banana. I don't like pears either. The Doctor would be proud. Bit of a tangent there, but yeah, I don't. So people are unsubscribing now. I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry. I wasn't sure if you meant a Doctor Who cereal or cereal for breakfast. No, I like a Doctor Who cereal, but not for breakfast. No Crave. What's Crave? Is that like Cravendale? Is that what it's called? Crave. Let me Google it. No, that apparently I've spelt that wrong. Crave. That's a club, apparently. Crave breakfast. Kellogg's Crave is a breakfast cereal with milk chocolate. I don't think... I might be allergic to it, actually. What's in it? I'm allergic to a surprising amount of food. So I might be allergic to Crave, I'm afraid. Fruity Pebbles. Fruity Pebbles was my queer awakening, says someone. Let's... Fruity Pebbles. No, I've never tried those either. That looks American, but I don't think it is. How has this stream turned into reviewing, pulling out the allergy card? Unbelievable. I subscribed for these cereal reviews, and this is just unacceptable. You've lost yourself a viewer. I'm sorry, guys. Please come back. I'll try. I'll try and enjoy cereals, I promise. Are you using a Mac? I am currently using a Mac. I am. It's probably just British cereal that sucks. Maybe. Although I did American pancakes when I was in America. I had I don't know what it was. I had some form of American cereal because it was one of the only options when I had breakfast in America, and it wasn't terrible. I don't have a vendetta against cereal. Like, I'm not going to scrap it. Like, if I wouldn't start a 1v1 with cereal. But it's never my go-to. I have tried Cheerios. They're fine. They're fine. They're not. Let's read the super chat. Thank you very much to the 73rd Doctor, who is swiftly moving us away from the topic of cereal onto something more Doctor Who related. The 73rd Doctor says, theory, 15 will regenerate into Poppy. Look, a couple of years ago, I'd have gone, that's bonkers. With Russell's current track record of anything happening, anything could happen. I could see that happening. It would be a cool plot twist. I mean, I don't know why. Can the Doctor regenerate into a baby? Like, because the Doctor can regenerate into different ages. Maybe. I mean, maybe Poppy is the Doctor. If she is, it's probably the Doctor from the past when the Doctor was a child. But who knows? Who knows? Did Cheerios make you feel cheery? No, I'm afraid not. Crunchy nut cornflakes are bomb. I'm allergic to a lot of nuts, so I don't think I could try crunchy nut. But we have another super chat here. Thank you very much to Birch3704 for the very generous super chat. Thank you very much, Birch. Birch says, pretty offbeat, but I've always felt that the Doctor and the Rani were brother and sister, sibling rivalry, and the Master and the Rani were lovers, which is why the Doctor and the Master were friends. That's a really cool headcanon, I can't lie. And I think, especially after watching episodes like Mark of the Rani, you do very much get that sort of vibe. Like, the Rani and the Master are basically bickering like a couple that have fallen out of love, like an old married couple, like they're bickering throughout the whole thing, but they still somewhat care for each other. I like that headcanon. I like that vibe. I've always seen the Doctor and the Master, well, not always. I think the problem is the New Who Doctor and Master dynamic is very much sort of romantic, in my opinion. Classic Who, I don't think so, but I think a lot of New Who Doctor Master dynamics have that sense of like romance. Maybe that's going to be controversial. Maybe people are going to come for me in the live chat now. But we have another super chat here from Pugstar. Thank you very much, Pugstar, for the super chat. They say, if you had the power to greenlight 3 spin-off shows, what would they be? For me, Division, Sarah Jane's Legacy, and The Diary of River Song. Ooh, that is a good question. Maybe Vastra, Jenny and Strax for like a kids one. If we're going to do like a kids one, a family one and an adult one, I'd pick Vastra, Jenny and Strax for CBBC for like a kids show. That could be quite fun. Division is a good shout. I like that. I do like that. But yeah, I'd go with a Division series. Like, it's a good suggestion there. Division series that sort of follows the Fugitive Doctor. I think I mentioned this in a video years ago, but like I always envisioned, right, the Fugitive Doctor and like a young teenage Jadoon as her companion. That would be quite a fun dynamic. I suppose you've got Carvanista as well. Chuck Carvanista in there. That'd be cool. So that's like the family one. Then the adult one. Ooh. Torchwood revival, maybe. I like Torchwood, but I suppose it ran its course. It kind of ran its day. Do you know what I mean? Torchwood had its time to shine. What would be a good spin-off? I'm trying to think. There's so many possibilities. I'm trying to think of like darker, more adult, like Doctor Who stuff there could be. I don't know. I genuinely don't know. I might just settle with like a Torchwood reboot of sorts. Maybe that's where I'll go. Yeah, not 100% sure, but yeah, we'll go with the Torchwood reboot. Gwen Cooper as the lead. That's. I'll settle on that. I'll settle on that. I took way too long deciding there, but that's where we're going. Oh, we've got another couple of super chats. Sorry guys, I'll catch up. Let me scroll down. Let's make sure I haven't missed any. No, perfect. Thank you all, by the way. I really appreciate it. Jared Cooper says, you cannot tell me that the classic series master was not at least bi. Just look at Adric in the web. Oh, that infamous Adric shot. Yeah, it's... I agree. I mean, Anthony Ainley, definitely. You can see him being bi. Like... him and Peter Davison, you know. Oh no, him and Colin Baker actually. You could see that happening. Yeah, you know what? Maybe I need to look at Classic Who with that perspective. Let's see. Reassess Classic Who for the Doctor, the Master, and the Rani dynamic. We're gonna do it. Tony the Time Lord says, theory: bi-generation happened millennia ago. That's why it became myth. That bi-generation was the Doctor and the Rani. okay, that's quite a cool idea. If maybe it was a more natural thing to happen many, many times ago, if it was maybe a genetic experiment of Tecteun, something along those lines, I like that as like a theory, as an idea. And then when myth comes in, it sort of brings it about. That by generation was the Doctor and the Rani. So yeah. As in, like, I did it again. As in, the Doctor and the Rani were one person who split into two millennia ago. Is that the theory? Because that's kind of wild. It would be a mad plot twist. Like, that would be as controversial, if not more controversial, than The Timeless Child. Like, but I'd be here for it. I love seeing the fandom in chaos. I don't actually. I like it when it's peaceful, but there is something fascinating about Doctor Who taking massive swings and people getting annoyed at it. It'll always fascinate me. It'll always fascinate me. Ayers Law, thank you very much for another super chat. Ayers Law says, theory: the TARDIS is destroyed and fixed by the end of the season. Chameleon circuit fixed. The police box changes. This is the big change that Russell T Davies mentioned. That would be the most... I think changing the TARDIS from a police box to something else would be the single most, like, fandom-shattering change Doctor Who could make. I think the internet would go mental. I know they briefly did it in... Is it Attack of the Cybermen? The Sixth Doctor story? They briefly fixed the chameleon circuit there, but I don't know if Russell would do it. As I say though, he's unpredictable nowadays. You never know. It would be scary if they permanently did it. I think the TARDIS should stay as a blue box, but we'll see. It could be the plot twist that we're all eagerly and terrifyingly awaiting. Thank you very much to Catherine for the super chat. Catherine suggests a podcast name. Catherine suggests podcast name, The TARDIS Has Landed, or The TARDIS Has Arrived, or The Doctor Will See You Now. They're quite good suggestions. I like TARDIS Has Landed. That's quite nice. That feels like a good slogan. Do you know what I mean? Like a good slogan to the podcast. The TARDIS Has Landed. TARDIS Has Arrived. Nice. I like The Doctor Will See You Now. That one's quite fun. I might add that to my list as well. The Doctor Will See You Now. Exclamation mark. We'll give it an exclamation mark. Why not? Some nice name suggestions there from Catherine. Yeah, not a bad shout. We'll see. Sutek has donated a first... let's celebrate their first super on a live stream. Stutek? Oh, yeah, probably called Stuart, I'm guessing. Thank you, Stu Tech, for the super chat. Really appreciate it. Right, we're back up to date. Let's scroll down. I agree, blue box for life, but RTD is off the rails this era. Yeah, it's true. Who knows? Who's Who, maybe as a podcast name. Yeah, I did look at that, but I think someone else has got Who's Who in the Whoniverse as a podcast name. This is the trouble with Doctor Who fans. So many of us have created podcasts, it's nearly impossible to come up with an original name. But you guys have been doing pretty well this evening, to be fair. Docky Joe's podcast name. Podcast name Madman with a Podcast. That's quite fun. What if the Doctor is his own father, says James. That would be kind of mad. What about Satellite Who as a podcast name, just in case the number of people on it goes up or down? Also, the Paternoster Gang would be perfect for an animated series, in my opinion. Yeah, an animated series of the Paternoster Gang would be perfect for what I was talking about earlier, with the, like, spin-off idea for kids. I'm on board. Blue box banter. I like that. I don't know why I said that like David Tennant. Banter. I'm not going to do a David Tennant impression. It would not go very well. Who's When? Not a bad shout. Tony the Time Lord suggests the Who Hotties. The Who Hotties. It's a great name. The podcast. The Definite Article. Nice. The Love and Monsters podcast. What about naming it Gallifrey Goobers? Elizabeth Olsen as 16. She'd be eating. Yeah. Oh, I did it again. I've got to stop it. Everyone. I don't know how I can stop myself from going. Yeah. It's become the thing of this live stream in particular. Maybe we'll never be able to stop it. Who knows? Ruby is human. Did Ruby is human. Did you want Ruby to not be human? I don't mind as long as it's good. Like, that's sort of my take on all of Doctor Who, to be honest. Any Doctor Who theory, any Doctor Who whatever, as long as it's good, I don't mind the direction the plot takes, which is kind of why I enjoyed The Timeless Children, because I thought it did aid the story and it created some good moments. And sure, it didn't really go anywhere with Flux, but I liked it when it kicked off. Like, it opened a load of storytelling possibilities. So yeah, we'd have to see. Do you play video games? Not really. I can't lie. I'm not good at video games. This channel actually started way back. I don't advise going and looking at my oldest videos. They are terrible. But it was animations and Minecraft Let's Play videos about 11 years ago on this channel. That's where this all began. We used to run like a Minecraft server and we build TARDISes on it. Those were the days. Those were the days. We have a super chat here from Alex Cumming. Thank you very much, Alex Cumming, for the super chat. Alex says, I Am Foreman is the author of Conrad's book. Thoughts? Yeah, I did spot that. That's a very fun little reference, isn't it? I don't think it will come to play in anything. Maybe it ties in with Susan, because obviously, like, Susan Foreman, maybe there's something there. Maybe Susan's not behind it, but like has some. We know Susan's in the episode. Do you know what I mean? Susan connection there. I Am Foreman. But yeah, I think it's probably just a fun thing that the art department have done. Like, it's neat. I love when Doctor Who does like little nods to its past. I think it's those are the days. You're like 20. I know. I'm not an old man. I'm not an old man. I did feel like an old man on the podcast though when we had Artie's cousin. That was mad. Who was saying, yeah, like, oh no, I feel like an old man. I'm not old though. I'm not old. Would you put Torchwood Children of Earth above any seasons of Doctor Who? Absolutely. Yes. Torchwood Children of Earth is so good. Like, it's such a strong piece of television. I don't know who or what I'd put it over, but it would definitely. Yeah, it would definitely go. I didn't know people could be a teenager and be born in 2010. I know, it's scary. It's scary. Who Cares is a good shout. Yeah, I feel like that must have been done somewhere. Who Cares? Maybe not. I'll add it to the list. We'll check it out. Who Cares? Who cares? Right, we've got a super chat here from Pugstar. Thank you very much, Pugstar, for the super chat. Pugstar says, now you've caught up, who would you have on a Torchwood team for a revival? You said a Gwen lead. Do you add a Clyde or a Luke? Martha return? Jenny? So yeah, I'd say Gwen as the leader. Then... Oh, it's a good question. I think Clyde and Rani would be good. The only thing is, because they're so associated with the Sarah Jane Adventures, which is very kid-friendly, there'd probably be a little bit of, like, concern moving them over into Torchwood, having, like, Clyde and Rani as part of the Torchwood team. Do you know what I mean? Like, would that be a thing? I don't know. But if I had to pick, let's forget that concern. I'd go Gwen as the leader. I'd go... what's the guy? Is his name Rex from Miracle Day? He was quite fun. I'd have him on the team. I'd have Clyde and Rani as a couple having their little romance that was set up in Tales of the TARDIS. I'd have them in it. Yeah. Jenny's a good shout, actually. Martha as well. We'll throw Martha in there. Yeah, that'll be my team. That'll be the new Torchwood team. Come on, Russell, make it happen. That'd be cool. Ruby, you could throw Ruby in there as well. Actually, that'd be quite cool. Yeah, Ruby, why not? Liz Truss is the 16th Doctor. I hope not. Fun fact, it's not really a fact. Well, I suppose it is a fact. But when the 13th Doctor announcement happened, you can actually see my reaction to it. There's a reaction video on this channel. the first thing I ever saw of that, because we were, like, me and my mate were busy, I can't remember, we were doing something, and we were like an hour behind the reveal. So we left, not looking at social media. I opened my iPad to react to it. And the first post I saw, someone had photoshopped Theresa May's face onto the body of the 13th Doctor. So I still didn't know who it was, but there was like a split second where I was like, Theresa May is under the hood, which, like, that would have been absolutely bizarre choice for the 13th Doctor. But no, as I say, you can see that reaction video on my channel from like 7-8 years ago, whenever that was. Bad Wolf podcast. Yeah, the only thing with that is obviously you've got Bad Wolf, the company who make Doctor Who, so it probably just seemed like we're stealing from there. Dogger Who. Joe Intergalactic Lords of Time brackets IGLOT podcast name. Yeah, not a bad shout. Someone's just said Impolite Dog. Is that a podcast name suggestion or just it? Oh, Bad Wolf. I see. Everything Entertainment says, I'm kind of new to Doctor Who. Is there anything I need to know? Yeah, it's a terrible show. Don't watch it. It's the worst. No. How new are you to Doctor Who? Because the Whoniverse is so big. There isn't really a starting point or an ending point. It's like the universe. It's ever expanding. No one quite knows where it came from or when it'll end, but it came from somewhere and it's expanding. See, we're doing good metaphors here today. Great metaphors. Watch Torchwood. I have watched Torchwood. The Yeah podcast. Yeah. I started watching a few years ago. I haven't watched every Doctor. Don't worry, you don't need to have watched every Doctor, to be fair. I haven't seen every episode of Doctor Who. Maybe that's a surprise to people. I mean, nobody really has, because a lot of them are missing. But even of the available Classic Who, I still haven't seen every episode. I can't lie, I've got big gaps with William Hartnell's era. I've seen the classics, like the Time Meddler, Dalek Invasion of Earth, the original Daleks, Unearthly Child, obviously, all of that stuff. But yeah, I need to fill more knowledge there. I haven't seen all of the Colin Baker era either. I haven't seen... No, I think that's it, to be fair. I've definitely seen all of Tom Baker and Peter Davison. I'm pretty sure I've seen all of Sylvester McCoy. I could be wrong. Joe, can you do a rendition of the Hannah Montana transitions? Love the yeah. I'm afraid I've never seen Hannah Montana. I don't know what the Hannah Montana transitions are. You're not missing much with the Colin Baker era, says Ian Sharps. Poor Colin. I met Colin at a Comic-Con and he was absolutely lovely. Like, he's such a nice guy. And it always makes me sad that his era isn't regarded as, like, good. Because, I mean, obviously there were all the production troubles, weren't there? Didn't Michael Grade... it's not a drama, but didn't Michael Grade and Colin Baker's wife, like, go off with each other or something? I'm pretty sure there was a load of drama there, but who knows? Black Phoenix 77 says, you've never seen Hannah Montana? Unsubscribed. Maybe that's what we need to... If Doctor Who gets cancelled, we'll turn the channel into a Hannah Montana reaction channel. No, that would not happen, I'm afraid. Thoughts on Spearhead from Space? It's cool. I like Spearhead from Space. Yeah. I mean, a lot of it's shot on film, isn't it? So it's quite... Like, a lot of it's more high definition than... your average Classic Who episode. The Autons are scary in it as well. Very creepy. Play Slovene Surfer. What is Slovene Surfer? We've got a super chat here. Another super chat from Catherine. Thank you very much, Catherine, for the super chat. Catherine says, podcast, look who's here, or what are who saying? Look who's here. That's quite nice. What are who saying? I like that. We'll add it. These are good. I like these name suggestions. This is great. We should have done this quicker and just got more people's name suggestions. It would have been a lot easier. We have another super chat here from Pugstar. Thank you very much, Pugstar, who says, confused Adipose Dugadoo music video when? Never, I'm afraid. I will not. I was actually asked to do a brand deal once, right, where the terms and conditions said I had to sing the advert. I was like, are you taking the mick? And it was worth like a decent amount of money. So I was considering it, but I could not bring myself to sing on this channel for I feel I'd lose all self-respect having to sing an advert. So I'm afraid the Dugadoo music video, it will never happen. It's a pipe dream. Sing us a song. I used to sing back in the day. I played Oliver Twist on stage years ago, twice, 2 different productions. But no, my singing career is long gone. I do actually have a brand deal coming up though. This chair that I'm sat in, I've got to advertise that in one of my next videos because it was completely for free. It's a lovely chair, I've got to say. Right, Philip Archer. Thank you very much, Philip Archer, for the super chat. Philip Archer says, call the podcast Matrix Informers. I like that because obviously Matrix, the hub of all knowledge on Gallifrey. I'm going to add it onto the list. Matrix Informers. Yeah, it's got a nice like Doctor Who ring to it. Do you know what I mean? I like it. It's a good shout, Philip. Good shout. You'd gain my respect. Is this through singing? Dugadoo is the 16th Doctor. Sing the Goblin song. I'm trying to think. What would we have to do to sing the Goblin song? I don't know. Maybe one day. If someone can come up with a good reason as to why I should sing the Goblin song, maybe that'll happen. Paul Kelly, thank you very much, Paul Kelly, for the super chat. Paul Kelly says, what about a TV version of Spare Parts? So yeah, Spare Parts, absolute banger of audio story, Big Finish. It's one of the ones I have listened to. It's so good. It's so good. Seeing a TV version of that would be amazing. Like, that would be amazing. It needs to happen. Well, I suppose it's why I love World Enough and Time and The Doctor Falls, because it's not Spare Parts, but it's similar, like an origin of the Mondasian Cybermen, that sort of vibe. Really cool. Paul Kelly, you're onto something. Hello, Lua Greenwood. Hello, thank you very much for the super chat, Lua. Lua says, a state of Whophoria. A state of Whophoria. Podcast name incoming. Whophoria. That's quite nice. State of Whophoria. I'm going to add that to the list. I'm going to add it to the list of Whophoria. Thank you very much, Lua, for the super chat. I like it. Whophoria is a fun word. That's a good word, isn't it? Like do you know what I mean? It rolls off the tongue. It's nice. Sing Mr. Ring-a-Ding's song. No. Bring the Silence Back. The Who? Review the Flesh Goo Pod toy. I don't know if it's still on my channel, but that's one of my earliest videos. If you go back and look, you will find, I think, probably a 10 or 11-year-old version of me reviewing the Flesh Goo Pod toy on one of my grandma's dining plates. Bizarre video. Hang on, let me just quickly look. Well, I'll quickly reply to this super chat, then we'll go and search on my channel to see if that video is still online. If not, I might make it unlisted and put a link in the comments to this, because it's going to be hilarious. Catherine played Nancy 3 times in Oliver. Very cool, very cool. Thank you very much to... Oh no, the chat's done that thing again. It's jumped. Rethon, I hope I've said your name right, but thank you very much, Rethon, for the super chat. Rethon says, will Omega bigenerate Alpha and the Omega? That could be pretty cool. I mean, Omega is obviously like the end. So if you have the beginning, bigeneration, tie that all together, could be quite cool to see. And it would be quite cool as well if it's more like a post-credit scene. Like if the Doctor thinks he's defeated Omega, but Omega for some reason bigenerated, and he's like, I'm still here. I'm going to deal with the Doctor in the next season. I'd be on board. Michael S. Harvey, thank you very much, Michael, for the super chat. Really appreciate it. Michael S. Harvey says, Dugadoo is the baby talk pronunciation of Doctor Who. It is actually, isn't it? Dugadoo. It is. I noticed that. I wonder if Murray Gold thought of that while writing the song, or we're adding to Murray Gold's canon here. We're genius. We're yeah, no, I say we. It was all Michael's idea, actually. I'm not going to take credit, but no, it's true. It's true. Shadow Jedi Knight, thank you very much for the super chat. Shadow Jedi Knight says, confused Adipose saying yeah is like when David Tennant would say, well, or Donna. Yeah, that's that. I did it there. I don't know what it is today. I could just, yeah. That's my thing. We'll get it on a t-shirt, get it on merch. That's the way to go. It's the yeahs of the Confused Adipose channel. Could the clock and the seal be Omega's chameleon arch? Ooh, that's a good shout from Lua. That is a nice shout. I like it. Because the clock face opens up and it's beaming all of that light. Omega comes out of it. Not a bad shout. Not a bad shout. Brian Blessed as Omega, 100%. He's so cool. Cyber Industries employee, The Unquiet Living. Ooh, Unquiet Living. Yeah, we'll add it to the list. I'll add it to the list. Quiet Living. I like it. That's a good shout. Yeah. Once in a Who Moon, Robin. I like it. Right. Once in a Who Moon. Nice. Bad Wolf Radio. See, the trouble with Bad Wolf, though, as I said earlier, it's like copyright, innit? Like, I can't call a thing Bad Wolf when we've got the actual Bad Wolf company. Yeah. OMG, Baby Joe reviewing Doctor Who toys is adorable. Yeah, that's, oh god. I've unleashed a bunch of people going to look at my old videos now. Let's have a look on my channel quickly. I'm going to see if that Flesh Goo Pod video still exists. Flesh, I don't think it will do. I think I deleted it. It might be unlisted somewhere. If I find it, I'll put it in the description because it's a funny video. I think I deleted it because I think one of my mates found it and was going to rinse me for it at school. So I was like, the video's not, it doesn't exist anymore. But it'll be there somewhere. The Lily Grace Life, thank you very much, the Lily Grace Life, for the super chat. Really appreciate it. Lily Grace says, there's 4 knocks at the end of a Doctor Who YouTube short. Oh, is there? Which short is that? Maybe is that the Master coming back? Question mark. Big theories here. It'd be cool though. It'd be cool to see. I wonder, would you like to see the Master come back, guys? In this quick? I personally think I love the Master, but maybe hold off on them for a little while. Be cool to see them though. But yeah, thank you, the Lily Grace Life, for the super chat. The life, the Whoniverse and everything. Yeah, nice. The Gallifreyan Goo Pod. We have a super chat here from Rethon again. Thank you very much. Really appreciate it, Rethon. Sean Pertwee should be Omega. Looks like his dad. That could be quite cool, I can't lie. I'm pretty sure Sean Pertwee has said he wouldn't want to reprise his dad, like his dad's role as the 3rd Doctor, but he'd like to be in Doctor Who. So making him Omega would be very cool. Like, I'm on board for that. Is there... let's have a look. There's apparently new clips out for Doctor Who. Doctor Who... Let's have a look on the YouTube channel. 2 hours ago. What to expect in the reality war. What to expect from the reality war. New clips. Hang on. Hopefully I don't get copyright struck. Whoa. I summon you, the creator of... Oh, that's sick. I summon you, creator of the Time Lords. Final showdown, says Ncuti. So this is where that quote came from. All will be revealed. Oh, they're all saying Omega. Omega lives. That's mad. Oh no, you've just got my live reaction to that little trailer thing. He's got to be in it then. We've got to see him. We've got to see Omega in the episode. That's insane. I summon you, creator of the Time Lords. The final show. Oh, this episode is gonna slap, and it's in the cinemas as well. Like, this is gonna be peak. This is gonna make up for how underwhelming the Empire of Death cinema trip was. This is gonna fix it all. It's gonna be great. Liam says do a 24-hour live stream. I don't know why, but that would actually be quite a fun idea. I could do it in theory. Like, if we found an event, not now, not happening now, but in future, if we like planned a 24-hour live stream as like a challenge, that would be mad. Like, but then no, because I'd need to sleep. I'm not sleeping on camera. I could have a guest host come in while I'm asleep to do some of the live. That would be quite funny. I walked all the way to and from my cinema for that episode. Yeah, funny times. Gonna slap like Bridget Macron. Yeah, I saw that. What happened with President Macron getting like whacked by his wife or something? Wild. Best place to sit in the cinema. The comfy seats. That's. Tharies watches you sleep. I certainly hope he doesn't. Just go a day without sleeping for charity. I can't lie. We'd need to figure out when and what, but doing a 24-hour charity live stream where I don't sleep, just 24 hours solid live, would actually be quite fun. Like, I could even... No, I don't want to dox myself, but I was going to say I could like literally just walk while on stream. Like, there's annoying American streamers that just walk around the town, go and get some food, but I don't want to dox myself. That wouldn't be ideal. 24 hours playing the Doctor Who Flash games. That would be quite the challenge. Can we find out if Confused Adipose snores? I've been told I do, I'm afraid. No, I don't think badly though. Like, it's never bad, but I apparently make noise in my sleep. Not too loud though. Loud snorers, no. Cinema seats 10% off now on Odeon. I'm going to see it in an Odeon, so that's annoying. I've paid for like 5 different tickets, not all for me, of course, but I'm getting paid back, so it's fine. I should be paid back. Artie still hasn't paid me back though, guys. So in the comments of the podcast, please go and tell Artie that he owes me money for that and for a show that we saw in London. Let's pressure Artie into paying for his money. No, not paying for his money, paying for... You know what I mean. I'm losing the plot. RIP, my local Odeon got shut down. It's a Cineworld now. Damn. Did you watch Andor? I've seen episodes 1 and 2, and the only reason I haven't watched the entire show, because it's from everything people have said to me, it sounds like something I will absolutely love. The only reason I haven't watched the whole show is because I need to wait for a time where I'm not busy, because I want to watch it properly. Do you know what I mean? Like, I don't want to half watch it while editing one of these videos. I need a time where I can fully absorb it all in. But it will happen. I will watch not Empire of Death, I'm reading another comment, Andor. Do you think Empire of Death works better when you look at it as a mid-finale? The problem is, it just like, part 1 is so good, but then like, it flops in part 2. Like, as soon as Kate Stewart and all of them die, it's cool, it's nice, but you know it's going to be undone. And I feel like the stakes are sort of they're wiggled away by that point. Artie serves so much. See you next Tuesday as the meddling monk, a true icon. He does. Artie as the meddling monk is one of my favourite performances in anything ever. Which is obviously biased. I wrote it, but Artie's just so good. The energy he brings. There's the post-credit scene of Echo's Destiny where he's sat in the chair like drinking tea, shot in like a nice old-fashioned like room with a full fireplace going in like a Versace dressing gown. That was so much fun to film. It was it was like a 30-degree day though when Artie shot that. He's a trooper. He powered through. We have a super chat here from Pugstar who says, "Let us press record before you dox yourself, please." No, we're not doxing here. No doxing. I did actually bump into someone once. Literally, it's not the house that I currently live in, but my old house was right next door to a Boots. I can dox my old house, it's fine. But yeah, my old house was like right next door. Well, no, it was like down the road from like a Boots chemist. And I was literally like walking out my front door when this guy clocked me. And I was like, oh no. And then he came up and was like, oh, hi, I like your YouTube stuff. And I was like, this guy knows where I live. Luckily, I think he was normal, nice, and completely not strange. But I remember just, like, I could tell. They were like looking at me. I was like, oh no, I've doxed my house. But no, that was my old house. So we're fine now. We're fine now. In the 50th, the curator says that the Doctor revisits his favourite faces. Do you think that this is the canon reason David Tennant came back? I think it's definitely what sort of set the precedent for the David Tennant return. 100%, yeah. It's got to be something along those lines, isn't it? We've got another super chat here from Jared Cooper. Thank you very much. Jared Cooper says, ICYMI. What does that mean? That's not an anagram, a thing. Doctor Who series 1 to 13 will leave. In case you missed it. Hey, we're not slow. In case you missed it. Doctor Who series 1 to 13 will leave HBO Max on August 1st. Yeah, this is really interesting, right? Because obviously the Disney deal's sort of up in the air. We don't know whether it's happening. We don't know what's going on with it. But if the streaming rights to all of New Who can be given to Disney, Disney's biggest problem with it being on the platform, Disney's biggest problem with renewing Doctor Who was that people wouldn't stick around, right? But if you give Disney the back catalogue, people would stick around. So hopefully the rights can go straight to Disney after HBO's thing expires. That'd be cool. That'd be cool. Thank you very much to Robert Bell. Robert Bell says, would you like to see a Doctor Who RPG game, DOR consoles, similarly to the Jedi Survivor? Look, I'm not an expert on video games, I can't lie. But I think I've played Jedi Survivor. Let me just Google it and refresh my memory. Yes, the Cal Kestis, that's his name, innit? Yeah, a Doctor Who game like that would be sick. I can't lie. I would play it. I'm not much of a video game man, but something along those lines I would play happily. So yeah, I think Doctor Who needs to do that. They did what was it called? There was a game I was sent an early copy to review, but I never ended up accepting the thing because I was like, the game's not playable. I don't want to name it in case I get the wrong name, but there was a Doctor Who video game that were like, oh, here's an early thing, but I just couldn't morally. I was like, the game does not work. We've just had a new member to the channel, Quest Klein. I hope that's how you pronounce that name. I'll probably said it wrong, but thank you very much for joining as a new channel member. Welcome to the Adipose tier. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Lego Doctor Who, yeah, Lego. I loved Lego. No, not Lego Explosions. That's my mate's old YouTube channel. What was it called? Lego Dimensions. That's it. When Doctor Who was in Lego Dimensions, because obviously, if you couldn't tell by the cabinets, Wizard of Oz, E.T., Back to the Future, Doctor Who, those are like my childhood. I loved all of them, and they were all in one video game. That was like peak existence. I remember saving up my birthday and Christmas money to buy the little Lego characters. They're actually up there, I think, where you could you put them on the portal and stuff. And obviously you had Gandalf as well, and it was cool. Lego Dimensions was good fun. Ranagast Gaming, hello Zach. Zach says, we need a remaster of Doctor Who The Eternity Clock games. Are those were they on the Wii? I feel like they were on the Wii, like the Eternity Clock. Let me just quickly Google it. Eternity Clock Doctor Who. I think I played them on the Wii back. Yeah. Back in like 2010. I'm pretty sure it was on the Wii. I'm pretty sure. I've played it somewhere. We have a super chat here from Fatally Gingered. Thank you very much for the super chat. Really appreciate it. Fatally Gingered says, do you reckon RTD will address there being 2 other Doctors around on May 24th, not just 14, but the younger 15th Doctor from Joy to the World? I thought about this earlier. Yes. Because... remember, Moffat said, I say remember as if everybody's supposed to know, you may not know, but Moffat said he had to read the script for the finale. So if Moffat had to read it, would that perhaps be because it somewhat ties or weaves into Joy to the World? And the Doctor and Anita's thing, maybe Anita's going to quickly show up again? I reckon they will address it, especially 14 as well. Like, we know Rose Noble is back next episode. So if all of that's tying together, then yeah, I reckon we'll get some form of explanation. Got to find my charger quickly so that our live stream doesn't die. This is going to be fun trying to balance this now. Watch this collapse. There's always at least 2 times during each stream where the setup just decides to like, oh, there we go, it's collapsing. Where the setup decides to go on holiday and fly away. Oh no, there we go. That worked. Have you read The Wonderful Doctor of Oz? See, I need to. I absolutely need to. I've never got it, but the thing is, I got slightly put off by that because they put the big plot twist on the front cover, didn't they? Like, Missy as the witch is literally the front cover, and that's supposed to be a bit of a plot twist. So that kind of baffled me. But yeah, I do have a tripod. I mean, I won't show you the setup because it will knock it over, but because I'm streaming from my phone in portrait mode, the charger has to be in it, so it can't fit on there at the moment. So it's now just really precariously balanced on here because this is coming through my phone. I do have like a little phone attachment arm thing, but the rest of it is broken, so it's not ideal. Not ideal. The Legend of Ruby Sunday cliffhanger should have been the universe being wiped out by dust and the Doctor screaming at the TARDIS. Empire of Death should have opened with Kind Woman. 100% agree. It was just bizarre. Why doesn't the Doctor just dye his/her hair red? Yeah, we need a ginger Doctor before the show ends. It needs to happen. Needs to happen. We've got a super chat here from Rethon again. Thank you very much, Rethon, for the super chat. Rethon says, the only other person close to Desiderium is Mrs. Flood, who's shown discomfort with her own bi-generation. Also, Metacrisis Doctor equals Valyard. Ooh, right, there's a lot to unpack there. Only other person close to Desiderium is Mrs. Flood, who's shown discomfort with her own bi-generation. That is true. Like, I wonder how the Rani thing plays, because the Rani, not a Rani, says like, oh, this is so undignified and all of that. So, like, yeah, I think we are going to get Mrs. Flood turning around and beefing the Rani. Like, it's got to happen. I'm wondering as well, how does Desiderium tie into all this? It's intriguing, but I do love the idea of the Metacrisis Doctor becoming the Valyard. I really want New Who. I suppose it's the next thing to bring back is the Valyard. We've had so many returning characters. We've had the Rani, we've had another Rani, we've had Omega now, we've had Rassilon, we've had all of that jazz. The thing to bring back next is the Valyard, and doing it via the Metacrisis Doctor or via the 14th Doctor, who's bi-generated, something along those lines. Pretty cool. Jared Cooper has joined as a channel member. Welcome to the Adipose tier, Jared Cooper. Thank you very much. I hope you enjoy. Pugstar has also joined. Welcome to Adipose tier. You're one of the esteemed members of the Confused Adipose YouTube channel now. Thank you all very much. Really appreciate it. Matt Epic Collection has donated a super chat. Thank you very much, Matt Epic Collection. Really appreciate it. Shout out to Matt Epic Collection. We have another super chat here from Lua Greenwood. Thank you very much, Lua. Lua says, has the past 2 series been a wish in a wish? Ooh. Back in the Church on Ruby Road, Mrs. Flood wakes up similar to how Ncuti wakes up in Wish World. That's true, isn't it? When the TARDIS sort of disappears in church on Ruby Road, Mrs. Flood looks very shocked, looks very confused. What if that's the point she wished, or something along those lines? I could see it happening. I could see it happening. Especially, like, it reminds me of when the Chibnall era was happening. There were all those theories of, like, oh, is it in, like, a parallel universe? I mean, with the gods and stuff as well. Like, how much of it's real, how much of it's not real, how does this all tie together? I like it. I like it. It's something to think about. Something to think about. Right. Liam says, have you been to Wales? I have been to Wales many a time. I love Cardiff. Cardiff's great. I mean, every time I've gone there, it's been, oh, Doctor Who's cool, innit? Like, that's been, yeah. Cybus Industries employee says, do you record your videos on phone, camera, or webcam? All three. Depends on the day. I've got, this is the camera I usually use, Canon M50, I think. Canon M50 Mark II. It's a fun little camera. I don't know where the mic is, but Mike's normally on top of that. Not a guy called Mike, microphone. But yeah, no, that, or sometimes like live streams and stuff, I need to get more tech savvy so I can like link this up to do a live stream via it. But live streams are often done through my phone. And I did have a webcam, but I don't like using it. I used it for a couple of, I use it for the podcasts sometimes, especially like the older podcasts, but it sits on top of the computer. So I'm like usually looking at it and it looks a bit weird. So usually either the camera or the phone is where we go. Dorco in chat. Hello, Dorco. Welcome. What else have we got? Hugh Laurie as the Doctor. Oh, Hugh Laurie. I'm really bad with names today. Hugh Laurie. Oh, yeah, no, we had him suggested earlier. Yeah, I could see it. Do you collect the Doctor Who figurine collection, Eagle Moss things? I've got a couple of them in the bottom of the cabinet. I don't know whether it's actually seeable on screen, but I have a couple of them. I used to collect them years back, but it's a lot of money. Like, the only Doctor Who things I actually buy nowadays are like, if there's a new Doctor and Companion, you can't actually see it. Well, there they are. Shooty and Millie, somewhere over there. Those are like the only things that I actually get now. Or props and costumes for the fan films. Those are the things we get. Phone live streams get you more views. Is that an analytics thing or just a thing? What's your favourite sonic screwdriver? I've got a couple of sonic screwdrivers over here, actually. There we go. I don't know. I can't lie, I really like the 14th Doctor's sonic screwdriver. It's also a cop-out answer, and I can't actually show it to you, but the Echo Doctor's sonic screwdriver, I absolutely love that. It was like custom made for us by Custom Who Sonics on Instagram. It's so cool. I mean, I don't actually have it anymore. Ellie, who plays the Echo Doctor, has it in her room now. But I need another one made. I need to add it to the pot. That's, yeah, it's obviously it's biased, but it's my favorite sonic screwdriver design. Do you believe the theory 13's look was based on Rose? Also the fact that she was Northern, like the first time she met Rose. I feel like I've heard this theory before. No. I don't know. I get where it's coming from, but I don't know. We've got a super chat here. Thank you, Pugstar, for another super chat. $2.99 for extra Echo's Destiny content. Easy W. I hope you enjoy. Yeah, if you become a member or join the Patreon, there's different various exclusive like Echo's Destiny vlogs and yeah, loads of cool stuff. Echo Doctor's Sonic merch. It'll probably be too expensive. Although, I don't think it's legal, so we probably won't. But Rory has made some DVDs of the Echo series with like bonus features. I was gonna release it sometime this week, but maybe tomorrow if I have time to edit it. But I have footage of us, the cast of Echo's Destiny, watching the Three Doctors. It's everyone apart from mine's first time seeing the Three Doctors. I've got like a full reaction of us lot. It's like sat on a sofa watching it, which could be quite fun to release one day. But yeah, I don't know where I was going with that. Cool, fun, nice. What else have we got going on in chat? Do you like Pringles? Yeah, who doesn't like Pringles? We love Pringles. I don't like Shooty's TV Sonic remote. Yeah, it does look like a remote, doesn't it? They're so good, would recommend. Ellie's brilliant, hope she goes far. Yeah, she's actually got a one-woman show coming up in London soon. I don't know if she would appreciate random people going, but check it out. Why not? I think the link's on her Instagram. I'd say I'm more Clara based. What's this discussion going on with Clara? Oh. Echo Doctor's Sonic merch, that'd be cool, that'd be good fun. We have a super chat down here, Doctor Who Mania, thank you very much for the super chat, Doctor Who Mania, who says, is that the robot from your short film? Yes, somewhere. Where is he? He might be in the cabinet, hang on. I'm going to risk it. I'm going to move the setup to, there we go, dangerous times. I'll unplug that quickly. Where's the robot? The robot is somewhere within these cabinets. Where is it? It's not along the bottom. Right, we have two robot props, actually. Hang on, let's try. You can probably see it there. That's one of them. That's the destroyed one. Then the living, surviving robot is, can you see it at the back there? S4M, Sam. I actually got that robot for Christmas from my grandma when I was about 7 years ago, which is what inspired Therefore I Am as a film. Fun behind the scenes fact. That's what kickstarted the whole plot, because I used to go like, oh, imagine if it came to life, whatever. So yeah, that is literally, it's from a place called, what's it called? It's like a tourist destination. Watermouth Castle, I think, is what it's called. I don't know if anyone knows that. I think it's in Devon somewhere. But yeah, it was a little robot from that. I was obsessed with it as a kid. So I was like, why not make that short film? It was a fun idea. What else have we got? Was a great short film, thank you guys. Who is the Echo Doctor? The Echo Doctor is the Doctor within our fan films, played by Ellie. It's good fun. Go check it out if you want. Echo's End, Echo's Return, Echo's Destiny. Do you watch Doctor Who poop? I do indeed watch Doctor Who poop. I was once accidentally on the phone with Doctor Who poop, which is a story for another time, but that was very funny. It ended up, I'll tell the story, I've told it before, but I did a video called WhoTube Rewind, right? Where it was like a bunch of WhoTubers in this video, 2021, I think. And we had a cameo from Ace Creeper, George Sheard, in this video. People online thought we'd leaked his number. We'd accidentally leaked my mate's number. But the guy who runs Doctor Who Poop, for some reason, rang the number to check if it was George's number. And my mate, who was like slightly tipsy on New Year's Day, picks up and goes, yeah, this is George. And Doctor Who Poop's like, you're not George. And then George ended up on the phone on the other line. So there was then George speaking through some other guy's phone, speaking to my mate while I was in the corner going, just stop talking. And it was chaos. But I think I've told that story on a podcast somewhere. It was good fun though. Good fun. Right, we've got a couple of super chats to catch up with. Someone says, listen to my Doctor Who song. Link it in the comments. I'll give it a listen. That sounds like good fun. We need more episodes with Rogue. Yes, right. Super chats. Kristen, thank you very much, Christian unpronounced, Christian, for the super chat, who says, what's your favourite Doctor Who song? Mine's Doctrine in the TARDIS by the Time Lords, aka the KLF. Is that the one that's like Doctor Who? Wait, I said I'd never sing. I just sang for you. I hope you're all happy now. Yeah. Favourite Doctor Who song? There was... Oh, what are they called? Is it AV Bite? There was, I remember as a kid, they did like Doctor Who the musical, I think, and they did like Slenderman the musical, Sherlock the musical. That was good fun as a kid. Yeah, I'm going to say that. If that counts as my favourite Doctor Who song, that's your answer. Pugstar, thank you very much for another super chat. You're incredibly generous today. Please you don't need to donate this much, but I appreciate it. If you want to, go for it. Use this chat to plug your stuff, bro, e.g. Patreon. Okay, thank you. You've given me the golden opportunity. If you want to check out the Patreon, you can. Exclusive early access to new podcasts and stuff, Echo's Destiny vlogs and behind the scenes. Same with memberships. It's all good fun. Check it out. Yeah, I appreciate you all. Thank you all very much. Yay, he sang. What have I done? What have I done? I love that WhoTube Rewind. Yes, thank you. I'm glad you all enjoy it.
I don't know if it's still. Hang on, no, I don't think it's still publicly available, sadly. But yeah. I recently made my own Doctor Who poop edit / theme where the Rani dooms the Doctor to listen to the dismal Duckatoo for 20 years, drive them insane. Whack them in the comments. Any of the stuff you guys have created. I can't promise I'll see everything, but put links in the comments. I love watching Doctor Who fan stuff, and my recommended nowadays is quite rubbish. It just comes up with like random philosophy videos rather than Doctor Who content. I need more Doctor Who content in my recommended. Whack it in the description, not description, whack it in the comments even. You should be a professional singer. Yeah, I've considered it, of course. No, that would be terrible. Nobody needs to hear that. The Long Way Round podcast. That's not a bad shout. Not a bad shout. I'm going to add it to the list. Long Way Round podcast. Boom. Nice, nice. Did anyone just lose stream? I hope it's back. If the stream did disappear, will you ever release the scripts for the Echoes films? Would love to read. It's potentially something that could be done. The first Echo film it's a little bit like our own Classic Who. There's a lot missing from the archive. A bunch of the script is gone, and a bunch of the footage, I don't know where it is. So it's a little bit like the classic era, but I've got the script and scripts for the newer Echo films. He sang again, I know. Favourite Slithina Carpenter song? I'm trying to think of a good Sabrina Carpenter song pun. Taste, but Slithine. What's a good Slithine, Sabrina Carpenter music? Espresso. How'd you make that a Slithine pun? Has anyone got any Slithina Carpenter's songs? It's got to be, what are our other songs? I'm really lacking here. Sleespresso. What are there? There's Taste. I can't think of any. They've got Feather, that's one. Bed Egg, Bed Chem, but Bed Egg, yeah. Skin. Is that? Right, where are we? We've got another super chat here. Thank you very much, Mask Maker, for the super chat. Mask Maker says, anyone notice the Rani using an old style Sonic? One like the second could be a hint of them being siblings, maybe Tecteun Tech or Renegade Tech. That's a good shout, to be fair. I mean, the design was very reminiscent of like Classic Who sort of vibes, do you know what I mean? It does add to that theory. Could hint to them being siblings. I think, though, we're probably not going in that direction because of Russell's addition to the canon last week. But who knows? Who knows? I like the idea of her carrying on Tecteun's experiments. Like, that's quite a fun thing. I know that Rani says to the Doctor if he ever wondered where the TARDIS is, but what I want to know is where the Rani's TARDIS is. Yeah, it's a good question. I wonder if the Rani's TARDIS is the Bone Palace. Like, if that somehow is the Rani's TARDIS. I hope we see the Rani's TARDIS, though, because it looked so cool in Mark of the Rani. That episode, her TARDIS design is controversially, I think it's better than any of the Classic Who designs. So I'd say, yeah, bring that back, keep that going. It's cool. I like it. Sonic Screwdriver on the rocks. Nice. Bored with Who now. Ncuti regenerate into Rimmer, and let's bring back Red Dwarf to where it belongs. When was the last episode of Red Dwarf made? I feel like there was some in recent years. I haven't seen the recent Red Dwarf stuff, to be fair. I've only seen like the early stuff. Where do you think the Doctor's TARDIS is? I don't know. It could be anywhere, if truth be told. Where would it be? I don't know. In the Underverse with Omega. That's where it is. That's my theory. Shane Dawson. Shane Dawson as the meddling monk. As long as Omega's not a cat, then sure. But if Omega's a cat, I think we should probably keep Shane Dawson away from Doctor Who, if truth be told. Worst Dalek design, the Paradigm Daleks. Sorry, guys. It's a boring opinion, but it has to be said. Oh, right.
I'm going to start bringing this live stream to a close. We've been streaming for over 2 hours now, I think. It's 9:30. Bloomin' heck. How long? Yeah, over 2 hours. So if you want final chats in, if you super chat them, I'll 100% be able to read them because they'll flash up on the screen. I'll try and get through chats. If I've missed any, don't spam the chat, but feel free to keep Polstruck away from Sutek in a similar vein. I'm saying nothing. But yeah, thank you all. I appreciate it. Right, let's have a look. Quest Klein says, do you think Omega has Susan trapped within the Underverse? Quite possibly. That could be why she's psychic projecting out to the Doctor. I like it. Nice theory. Pugstar, thank you very much for another super chat. Really appreciate it. Pugstar says, I watched your channel since about 2020 to 2021. So it's about time I chipped in some dollar for you. Probably the last one, those. Hashtag support your creators. I really appreciate it, Pugstar. Thank you very much. You're helping to literally keep these lights on. You're helping me to pay rent. It's great. Thank you. Appreciate it. Maskmaker, thank you very much for another super chat. Maskmaker says, last one, do you think Conrad's vision was from the Doctor or the Rani? What do you think of adapting Big Finish? So, do you think Conrad's Doctor vision was from the Doctor or the Rani? I reckon it is from the Doctor at the end of Lucky Day. I reckon that is the Doctor directly talking to him. We don't know, though. It could be the Rani. It could be the Rani trying to egg him on. That would be quite a cool idea. In terms of adapting Big Finish, as I think I said it earlier, but doing spare parts, I mean, it was kind of done in World Enough in Time, but I'd be 100% down. Frobisher in live action. Let's make it happen. Why not? Why not? 14 Time Lord fan, thank you very much for the super chat. 14 Time Lord fan says, what Doctor Who episode would you rewrite? The ending of Flux. I'd love to give that a go. Because I don't think it's any comment like Chibnall. I've heard he's a lovely man. I've heard he's a really good writer. Broadchurch is banging. I just think COVID probably messed it around. So not because I want to take a dump all over Chibnall's work, but I'd happily have a go at rewriting the end of Flux or Empire of Death. Either of those, I'd love to give that a go. Right, let's read. I'll do a really quick fire now. As ever, any super chats, really appreciated. Let's quick fire. Right. Would you be happy with a Matt Smith return? Yes. Maybe Omega has the TARDIS. Maybe. Favourite Doctor, Peter Capaldi. Susan is back already. True, but where is she? What's she doing? Ooh, mystery. Ruby's dad is unimportant. Probably. Would you be happy with the Matt Smith return? Yes. Maybe Omega has the TARDIS. Are we going in circles here? Yes. I feel like Kate would have liked a nice interaction with Poppy in the finale just to comfort her. I don't know why I had that thought. Yeah, that'd be nice. Flux's ending is crap, but God does it have one hell of a strong start. Very true, Jake, very true. Michelle Gomez be the 16th Doctor. I'd be here for that. You know what? No, I wouldn't. It would be too controversial. But also, she'd be great, but also, no. What do we think about Belinda not saying you need to get me home? Oh, it's nice, isn't it? She was saying it every episode, but now she's stopped. Thank you, Belinda. Thank you. Do you think Matt Smith will be in the reality war? No, sadly. It'd be cool, but no. Would it be cool? I don't know. No, maybe. Yeah. What a great way to end the stream. 15 hasn't cried. True, yet. There's definitely 15 tears in this episode. Whether that's 15 times he cries, or 15 literal tears, or just 15 in tears, we'll wait and see. We'll wait and see. Thank you very much for watching this live stream. I hope you did enjoy. Yeah, we'll be back. Another live. I might do one tomorrow evening. I'll definitely be doing one on Sunday. Because the reality war will be out. The season will be done. That's mad. But yeah, thank you all for watching. Good night. Once again, it's that time where I'm going to awkwardly end the live stream